It's so natural for you, man. It really is. All right, and we are live. Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cap Race, episode 23, a Last Cloudia podcast. Today I have my awesome friend here, Zero. Unfortunately, John Line is running a little late, so he will be coming, or he'll be joining us a little later. But it will be me and Zero for right now. So Zero, say hello, my friend.
Hey.
Awesome.
You need to hold on. I'm getting an echo from you.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. There we go. I'm hearing things from you, I think.
For me?
Maybe not. Hold on. Hold on.
It isn't a Last Cloudia podcast about technical
Technical
issues.
difficulties, apparently. There it is. All right. I only had like 3 windows of your live podcast open.
Oh, is that why you were getting the echo?
Yeah. I was like, okay.
I was just saying, it's not me, man. I don't think it's me.
Sorry about that, everybody. I know what I'm doing. After that awkward introduction, hi, I'm having a great time. 3rd anniversary. How's everybody enjoying it? Hope you all had some good pulls and spending responsibly or saving responsibly, one of the two.
Let's be real here. There's no spending responsibly during anniversary. There's always that really, really nasty itch. Even when you do pull something, there's still that nasty itch to keep going.
There is spending responsibly. I've had to talk a few people off the ledge in Discord, because there was some takes on there where they're like, oh well, how much does it cost for paid stuff? I think I'm okay with dropping another $55 to get one of Roland's paid, and I was like, okay, listen here, UR banners are up.
Yeah.
And part 2 is incredible.
Yeah.
If you're gonna spend a little bit here and there, or even like getting a paid, just get a UR banner and don't spend for a few months because it's way better. And they're like, oh, but I don't have $100. I'm like, bitch, if you don't have $100 to spend now, you don't have $55 to spend. Stop trying to get a digital sword for someone or whatever Roland's got. Like, think critically about where your money's going.
Right, and emphasis on the bitch part too.
Yes. So anyway, there is such thing as spending responsibly. And speaking of which, I do think that of the UR banners we've seen, this is probably like the best UR banner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they did the thing where they split them up. I do think one of them is significantly better than the other, and I think that's part 2. Part 2 has Gwar, Theo, and Melee Mare, which in my opinion are like 3 of the highest value for like
absolutely most
accounts. But if you happen to not get one of those, it's still got Luxeus, it's got the healing one.
Oh,
whatever the fuck it's called, Amaterasu. Amaterasu. Okay, that's kind of close, I guess. For
no, you almost got it. No, I was gonna give it to you. I really was.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, like, there's a lot. Like, basically, if you get anything on there, it's pretty solid. And if you get like a Theo or a Gwar dupe, perhaps, because maybe you have them already, great.
Yeah.
So good. And then in addition, you've got Luxeus, you've got Melee, Sarah. Like, there's a lot of good units you could potentially pull off there too. Yeah. That's good. So super duper good. And not only that, they made it better this time than they ever have before. Traditionally, you get bonus 3 10 spins. These have always been 3 standard 10 spin tickets. This gave us 3rd Annie 10 spin tickets.
Insane.
Which means you can actually get DOH units on them.
It was a no-brainer.
Or and you could potentially get Roland's Arc as well. Right. So like, yeah, this is just strictly better than what we've seen in the past, in addition to the pool in part 2 specifically being really, really good. Right. Part 1, still okay, but I don't think it's nearly as good. I can't pull it up because I'm in Steam.
Also, while he's trying to do that, there's also, I don't know if they did this last year, but they also put Roland's credentials in there. So whenever you...
Yes!
Yeah, so you were able to, you're honestly able, just by pulling on both, you're able to get both paid and possibly a prism, depending on whether or not you did put some money into the Roland.
Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, the Roland paid banner.
I wanted to.
Exactly. Okay, so
we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this and look at it and decide if I'm getting prisms or paid or some gear.
So to be fair on my end, I did get. I went ahead and went the Greaves, which again it's okay. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Greaves are for your legs, right?
Well,
Greaves.
Yes.
Right. And the armor is a pair of gloves or a pair of gauntlets. So it's a weird thing on that. Anyways, I got the Greaves and I got 2 prisms. I felt like the armor was very good.
What are you talking about? There's armor.
Yeah.
And
Greaves.
Oh, they called it something weird.
Yes.
These look like gauntlets.
They look like gauntlets.
I think that's a typo. It has to be a typo.
Yeah, that's what we were about.
Because I ain't never seen no armored boots with toe holes for you. Like these.
Yeah.
Man.
So if you did the UR banner, you did get credentials, 35 credentials, I believe, at that. So for each UR. So I think, yeah, so total of 70.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good. So they actually give you something for doing like the paid stuff towards the banner. That's great for just going forward.
And then you do the step up and that gives you another 11. So that puts you at 81 total. So that instantly allows you to get all this paid gear. Even if you didn't pull for Roland, or you can go ahead and go for the prisms, and there are all the DOH prisms in there, 1 of each, and then 2 of Roland, which I did go with the 2 of Roland because at the end of the day, I mean, it's dupes of Roland that you possibly could have got, chasing or in the gacha. I don't know. I'd rather spend my $30 worth of stuff in there on a dupe than the armor. But it's everybody's.
I probably won't use the armor.
Armor is great though.
Like, the armor basically exists to help enable trance in the niche cases you want to be using trance.
Right.
That's pretty much the only reason to run that armor.
It's going to be debatable. It's going to be debatable on it. Because I know some people like the Grand Braves, because it's 35% to FCR, and then I believe it's 10% of MP, which is very nice and decent stats.
I didn't even look at it. Hold on. You know what? I'll just look at it right now. We'll jump ahead. We'll jump ahead in this. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, so physical attack damage plus, special damage plus. His special's not even that crazy, right?
It's decent.
Yeah, okay.
It's single target, so.
Yeah, how many hits is it? Do you know?
Oh gosh, I think in the high 40s, I think, or something like that.
Okay, that's not bad, but I have a feeling it probably does. It's not like, swimsuit Alice type.
No.
Single target.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's decent. And also, so a lot of his armor, what it does is it clears a lot of his. It puts him at nil on his stun. The gauntlets the greaves put him at neutral on fire. All of his weaknesses basically on attributes.
Okay.
And basically all of his stuff puts him at including the UR accessory puts him at nil on curse, stun, and what is the other one? I can't remember the other one.
Yeah, that's fine.
It puts him on nil though.
Well, I'm gonna have to debate on it, but right now, I'll be honest, I'm kind of looking at prisms right now.
Oh yeah, no, prisms are so solid. Yeah.
Because these just seem totally fine, but like I don't care about that minor cap when he's hitting like over 50k.
Right.
And special damage, I don't think his special really matters. Probably, I'll test his special though if I feel like it's worth. That is a huge boost to special.
Definitely.
And this isn't bad, but like you can just run equilibrium on him.
Tons of different things you can run on them. Yeah.
There's so many options. You don't need this shit.
No.
So like if anybody was wondering if you should get his paid, don't go out of your way to get the paid. If you're already doing a UR pull, maybe debate on if it's a thing. But
definitely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So other things we have going on. Let's see here. We already talked about the UR banner. Better than ever. I think that sets a good standard moving forward.
Right.
Oh, something in general, since we're on the gacha. They changed how DOH banners work.
Yes.
And it's a minor thing, but it's
nice.
so nice.
It's nice.
It's such a simple thing. The difference is now we can't even see it, son of a bitch. Okay, so basically whenever DOH comes up now, all the other DOH heroes are gonna be just normally rated down in the pool. So it's not just general units that you can whiff on. You could potentially luck into randomly getting Luxeus or Esimetheria. Like, oh, hey, I didn't get the thing I was shooting for, but I got this other thing that I wanted. For example, one of my final pulls on the Roland banner, because I was just doing YOLO pulls to see if I could stupidly get the UR or something, I pulled my first copy and dupe of OG Alice.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm fine, because like that's a cool tool that I can now have and build, and I've always wanted her. So
you're still really good.
Yeah.
No.
And really so it's pretty great. Then we got the tickets as well. I pulled SBET off the tickets.
Oh wow!
So I got SBET on my main now too.
Yeah. So all the units that you'll find on there will have to be 6 months after release. So I think 5 to 6 months after release is what they said.
is when they'll show up in here.
When they'll show
that
up on
makes
the
sense.
banners. So
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so melee will be up probably later on this fall, so I'm kind of excited for that. Also, that 30K banner, hopefully maybe it comes up before that. That'd be nice too. But I like what they're doing. The banners are a lot more worth now. There's still a lot of flooding, but just the fact that I could possibly get a DOH out there, because I am still missing several DOHs like Zex, Shift Lanceable, SLI, Shift Eliza, all types of them. So just to get those, going for a unit, I would definitely be happy. Even pulling dupes of them,
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And speaking of units coming in 6 months, maybe a little more after release, they made another change that is very exciting, and I'm very happy for. They caught up completely on all paid gear.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, and
hell yeah, dude.
quick, a little zero. I think your camera messed up. I think it like flipped up.
My camera messed up. Okay,
yeah, you're like up staring at your ceiling.
Oh, it hasn't been right the entire time.
I just kind of like glanced over. I was like, wait a minute, what am I looking at here?
Yeah. All right. Well, it hasn't been working the whole time, and it's the first time you looked at the camera. So
right.
There we go. Cool. Great. I put it up out of the way when I'm working. For IRL money.
Yeah, real life. Yeah, but okay, the huge. I'm just like, I am absolutely in love with the Crimson Orb. I don't even care about pulling just anything, because the fact that I get Crimson Orb is probably what I'm highly sought after now. Just so much. So I went shopping this couple days.
I've been pretty exclusively like getting UR dust because I've been really wanting to max out Gwar, and I was hoping that we would have a UR dust in this event somewhere, because every once in a while for special events they will, and they didn't. I was really sad.
What's up, boys?
What's up, John?
A boy is in the building.
What's up?
We're just talking about some of the quality of life enhancements to this event and gacha in general. So
we did tell people you're going to be a little late, so you actually haven't missed out on much. We've only talked about the UR banners and how great they've been. Now we've moved on to the Crimson Shop.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So I've pretty much exclusively been getting UR dust. But when I did my UR pull, I ended up getting dupe Gwar. So I now have Gwar at 10. So I was like, you know what? Let's go check out some of this stuff. So I decided to splurge a little bit, and I decided to get some nice fancy shoes for my favorite girl.
Yeah, Eliza.
So I got her shoes because I think hers are really solid. And I don't know for sure if I'll end up loving it or not, but I did end up getting Sheeta's as well, because I think Sheeta's is also quite good.
Accessory, right? Not.
Yeah, it's an accessory.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't get these garbage clothes. Get this shit out of here.
Yeah, I would.
What do you mean?
Literally no use. This is so bad.
Yeah, you're gonna be dual wielding him. You don't want no damn clothes.
I cannot conceive a build where I would use this ever.
Yeah, no.
It's not only not best in slot, I don't think it's usable.
It's a tad bit disrespectful at the same time.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Man. Anyway, they added a bunch of good stuff. They've been really like cautious before of like, oh, we'll just add like the really shitty stuff from like year one. But now they basically caught up. So I'm assuming this is going to be a reliable cadence for the most part of like maybe every 0.5 Annie, they'll add some more.
Yes.
And it's like everything up to 6 months old from that point in time will make its way into here, which means we sort of have a timeline where we can look and be like, oh, hey, this is when things are going to come back into the game.
Right.
So one thing I'm excited to see is what's going to come first, Ardene's paid or a Godforge replacement for Ardene's paid. That's what I'm.
Oh yeah, no, I like that.
Because I expect we're gonna get some neutral Godforge machine that's like as good or better than his paid machine. But right now we don't have it, so that's one of them that if we don't have anything by the time it makes its way into the shop, that's an easy 4K from me.
Right.
So why do you think it's gonna be 4K?
Because it always is.
What do you mean? There's paid gear that's 8K.
Yeah, if they have one gear total, it's 8. If there's 2 gears, it's 4K each every time. Yeah. Okay. So like Luxeus, Tink, those are 8K because they only have one paid gear.
Yes, that's
fair enough. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Luxeus is paid. Yo, that was.
Luxeus is also.
I just clicked on it. I didn't even care. I bought it right then and there. 8K. Yeah. No.
Well, so here's the thing with Luxeus is paid though, and I've heard this from Jawline before, and I agree completely because I've talked to other people about it. I love his paid because if I was using him, I probably would run something like Cultist because I love Black Hole, its ability to group and do those sorts of things. And so if I'm going to run something like Cultist Pendant, his paid is just ridiculous. Like, it's so incredibly high value. But a lot of people, they're just like, how about I just run his UR's Ether Reward and then Equilibrium and just have maximum damage? I don't care about cast speed at all. And then just like, the paid doesn't matter anymore. Or at least not as much. Like, I guess you get the, like, minor Thaumaturgy Ring effect to, like, help out with some damage, too. So, like, it's still there, but it's not as needed as other stuff if you only care about damage.
Or consistency.
But, yeah. But regardless, as far as 8K cost things go, I think Luke's is probably the only one worth 8K.
Right. Oh, and there's Balin's, too. I don't know.
It's so
that one's debatable, too. But
is his 8K?
Yeah, his is 8K. Because his was 50 when it dropped.
Okay.
So if people are still using Balin like myself, all the SCT recovery is really nice.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I would say his is probably in the top 5 of most broken paid in the game. It's just that he as a unit is no longer like Starlight, Right. So, but if you're a Balin enthusiast, it's a really, really easy pickup.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I think it's that time. Let's get into the new unit, shall we, boys?
Wait, Jolin, did you get him yet?
Bro, I didn't get anything.
Oh no! I'm sending you a card in the mail. You'll receive that here in a couple days.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna start out with. So I did get him. I ended up getting the UR as well. I'm gonna start out with the couple of things that I don't like about him.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't have a badass dragon fighting with me anymore, and that hurts my soul. Like, his new S3 is pretty cool. He shoots, like, massive energy spheres that explode and go boom and make things die.
Right.
And, does miles more damage than old Roland. But that dragon sprite on the S3 from OG Roland is still one of the best skills in the game, in my opinion. So that's sad. Thing number 2 I don't like. Maybe it's just me. His face. This right here.
It looks so generic. Oh my god, I fucking hate it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. It looks overly shaded, like he's a PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy character or something.
What's wrong with that?
It doesn't look right. It just doesn't fit the art style. It's like the rest of this looks pretty good. It's like kind of that like anime style of stuff, and then like his face, it just doesn't fit the lighting and like the general look of stuff.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I really don't.
I've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it. But it still bugs me.
I think he looks like a fresh ass bitch. Like, look, it's just like
if he had a paper bag, he's a fresh ass bitch. That's what I'm saying. He looks great until like I look at this weird like smoothed out face that he's got going on.
I don't. Oh man, I don't know. I love it, man.
It doesn't
that
work.
little hair dangles right in his eye. It's like.
Like, and I could just see him. Like, imagine if we ever got an anime for LC. He would come in and he'd have this big ass like super god behind him, Eldrov, and he goes into fight. And every time he swings his sword, he just like has to flick his hair, and he's just like, "Get out of my face!"
You're gonna say the hair flick.
He's just like, God, I need to tie my hair back.
So like, I heard you guys. I heard you guys talking about that in the Discord, and I was like, what are they talking about? So I was with Odie, and we were chilling one night, and I was like, we were kind of going back and forth. So like, because you can click between each character when you have both. I was like, all right, so we're gonna click between back and forth. And tell me if his face changes. And like, okay, it was like, yeah, it's a little lengthier, a little thinner, but I mean, it looks the same. I really couldn't see it. The difference between.
No, I don't think that the face shape is different. It's the fact that the way that it's shaded doesn't look right. At all.
Yeah.
It looks like they took 2D art but put a 3D sphere on his head and gave it a chin. Like,
yeah. I'm looking at the OG Roland right now, and it's like,
yeah, he's got a cleaner cut. Like, it's really smooth coloring with like a light shade here. Whereas this one's like shade. Yeah, sorry, we've gone in too deep into this pointless rabbit hole.
Yeah, move on.
So,
how dare y'all?
All right, basic stats, resistances, all that fun stuff. So super resistance to light and dark, but he is weak to barely weak to all these other resistances. I found something as simple as throwing on the elemental arc accessory. Really nice on him. Just gives a +10 to all of them, makes them extra tanky, gives them some MP, some HP. Real good. I like it. Resist, pretty solid overall. Weak to poison, that's usually what we like to see. Then resist to silence, curse, and stun. Nice. You know, lots of ways you can easily cover through the rest of this, whether it's the green multiplayer ring. DK was pointing out that if you happen to get both of his paid, it makes all 3 of these nil, I believe.
Yes. That and his UR arc. That's true.
Oh, right. But the UR arc by itself
yeah.
makes him nil to all of these, right? Because you get a temp. What is it exactly? I didn't test it. Is it like a 40-second buff that basically gives you +2 to all resists?
Plus
That's
2.
How it reads.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. So if you're neutral to everything, you just become nil for the first 40 seconds, which is gross.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's so sick. I love it.
So his attribute resistances from a PvP standpoint, and I know not everyone has it or runs it, the skill gaze at the end, even if you can get, like you said, the elemental arc accessory gives +10 to all, correct? Is that what?
Yep.
So assuming, if you happen to have him on defense, or if you happen to have him on offense, and someone runs gaze, I don't know. It's just like he's resistant to light and dark, but there's Mikasa, there's Levi, there's Roy.
Totally.
He's still gonna get hit pretty hard just for the simple fact of being negative to begin with, and even if you try to put him into the positive, there's still the chance that one element is still going to be in the negative, and all it takes is one little single point in the negative for that weak point boost. Yep. But I don't like the fact that he's negative, and it's better than his original, which is -10 in fire, ice, earth, and thunder. But his is now just 5. I don't know. I just don't like it from a PvP standpoint.
Yeah, understandable. So I think that's just worth noting for people. If you find that he's dying, particularly to someone in particular, consider looking at your resistances. You can totally put on gear that makes it so he's not negative in anything after a -10. You just have to make sure that you're accounting for that. So totally a thing. But luckily, he has some things to help him survive regardless, even when people are hitting him really hard, which is great.
Right. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so other than that, nothing overly exceptional. HP pretty high overall. Strength obviously high. Though I will say I found his strength feels effectively pretty low because he's only single wielding. So he kind of relies pretty heavily on his chivalrous mindset too, and probably chivalrous mindset to get the most out of his strength. Because I had some of my builds, if I didn't go out of my way to add strength, before getting in game, he'd only have 2,000, maybe 2,500 strength. It wasn't a lot. And then obviously there's things like Pride 2 and Pride and Brave and all that stuff can come in to make things better, but I felt like his strength just wasn't getting up near where some others were, which just means your base is lower and the amount of multipliers you need to hit those big numbers is a little bit harsher. But overall, nothing really to worry about. His defense is pretty insane though, especially when you start running things like God Gold on him. But I digress. Traits. Aravidel. When using a skill, damage taken -50% and can't be interrupted by most attacks. So this is what his OG form had, and it was kind of his standout feature, and I'm really glad they gave it to him because this is busted as fuck. It's so good. Beyond belief. It's so incredibly good. 1, super armor, obviously. Not being able to flinch while you're in the middle of using your skills, just
nasty.
Awesome. Super duper juicy, to say the least. We only have, there's not many units with this type of effect. Maybe 5 have super armor built in? You've got Lance, Baran, Roland, base Roland. Who else even has super armor?
I forget. I feel like we're missing one.
We say OG Milam? Oh, doesn't...
Oh, OG Milam now.
Yes,
yeah.
OG Milam got buffed with it. Yeah. So still, there might even be one more, but still, very rare skill that we see, and it's one of the best things in the game. If they ever let us put super armor on a unit for 14, I'm buying it. Like, I'm putting it on my unit. It's that good. So the fact he gets it, but then also nukes minus 50% damage is really, really great. So he can stay reasonably offensive without building, and or he can stay reasonably defensive while building offensively, which is really nice.
One thing that I did want to mention is his shift has 50% when using skills. OG has skills and magic. Not, just to throw that out there.
Yeah, it is an important distinction because there are certain cases where if you want to with OG Roland and you just want to make him a tank, you can just start casting a slow casting spell, and for the entire duration that it says cancel spell, because he's winding it up, is 50% damage reduction, which means you can queue it up before a boss ultimate or whatever, really. So yeah, this Roland doesn't have that, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna be throwing skills all over the place. It's fine. Okay. When only weapon equipped is a sword, chance to boost skill hit count based on the number of living allies other than the unit.
The team comp is important.
When there are 3 allies alive, skill 1 plus X amount of skill, so plus 3, plus 6, plus 9 hits.
Yes.
So my understanding is this is a 30% chance, and I believe it is per skill. It's not per hit in general. So if I use an S1, 30% chance, the hit count gets 3 higher, etc. These. So if we're doing something like, say, re-rolling infinitely for time trials or something, and you need to start out with one big hit to one-shot something with an extra 9 hits, you re-roll for that 30% chance, and then you could start things out in a particular way. But either way, I haven't done the math on this, but it averages out to just being a good amount more damage.
Yeah.
All right. So it's solid. It helps with being single-willed and still having decent hit counts, which we haven't really had in the past.
Never. We've never had something like this.
I think he's one of I would say he more so than most other units wants to be single-wheeled a lot. You do lose some survivability and some different things if you go and try to dual wield with 2A, Lance Veil. Leona you can't dual wield with.
No.
That's
just way too many.
You really don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But, Roland's so good though that he can roughly hit the same damage numbers, probably even exceed them a little bit with dual wield and all the enablers possible, but it's really not by much, and you gain so much by staying single wield. So I feel like there's just not a huge reason to dual wield him personally from what I've seen. So, and this helps him with that, which is great.
I wonder if this is going to be, if this is the start of maybe future units that
it could be.
Will potentially have this as well. Or if it'll just be, Shift Roland's exclusive thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting if they're oh, you guys don't want to have dual wield on everything? We're just going to give people passives that say while single wielding, get an extra hit on all your skills. Oh, so it's dual wield.
Right?
All right. Anyway, now we're on to a slightly more standard trait, plus 30% light damage, plus 8k cap. Cool. And then an interesting one to say the least.
Right.
When in trance, boost skill damage and damage cap. When you're consuming 500 MP, so this scales. This is a sliding scale. It takes. We'll get to what trance is, but it takes 200 to activate, much like Honey Elixir or Winry's Apple Pie, and then it nukes all your MP, just like those skills.
Right.
But it looks at the amount you have when you cast it, and if you cast it at 500 instead, on the sliding scale, you get a bigger effect. So if you get up to 500, you'll get 150% damage, and plus 30k damage cap for the duration of the buff. So, neat. Very neat on paper, till we see what Trance does, which, shifts it a little bit.
Right.
But, yeah. So, I guess since we just talked about it, let's skip ahead to Trance real quick.
Yeah.
So, something that I really dislike about this, first of all. In a vacuum, without having a trait, this is the worst skill in the game.
I knew it was coming, man. I knew it was coming.
So, if we didn't have a trait on Roland, this just says drain all your MP and then reduce your max stocks to 1.
Right.
Thanks.
I mean,
pretty shit.
Okay, so
why do I feel like I want to defend it just a little bit? There's other ways to get SCT back, but I agree like
you
half.
can't. You really can't.
I want to defend it.
Okay, so Adis, if you are watching this at all, please give us the most minor buff, the very least. What this should do is when it limits your max stocks, it should at least max out those 3 stocks, the 1 charge of each of your skills.
Yeah.
You should just get those instantly.
Yeah.
That should just be a standard. So if we could get that, that'd be great. What would be better? I was talking to Tweaks about this.
Yeah.
It'd be really sick if basically while in the tranced state, you basically get a shift Golroth effect where each of your kills grant like 20 SET.
Mm-hmm.
So that
that'd
like
be nice.
you can recharge them much quicker,
right?
Like when you're lobbying and stuff. Like that'd be really sick and really, really cool. But yeah, as it is, it's weird. So we'll get into how we can use that. But basically, it makes it so that trance and that overall part of the trait, it's really niche, and it's kind of limited for the most part. You have to be very calculated on how you use it. And if you're not somebody that likes to think really hard in this game, turn the skill off so you don't accidentally fuck yourself.
Right. I do like. I kind of wish also with the side notes what you said. I do kind of wish that they at least. So it should have been locked out like at set skills for the character. Like let's say our original stock skills is 2, and let's say you did like stock skill or 1, or you use the arc, or use an arc to add a skill. That should have not went towards like the minus. I don't know how I say this.
Yeah, so,
you know what I mean? Like anything additional is taken too.
So
so if you use anything that's +1 on stock, it's still not going to work. You're still going to have 1.
So here's the thing though. If they did that, he would probably he quite possibly would be the best unit in the game.
Yeah.
He would be. That would be so incredibly broken if you could just be like purple orb and
exactly,
and then you can run council and then also have these massive bonuses. Like I see why they did it and it makes sense. Right. So yeah, would it be cool? Sure, I'd like it, but yeah, that'd be a tad bit broken, I think. So, at the very least, though, we should get 1 stock dollar skills. I don't think that's a lot to ask. That wouldn't break the game at all. But it would just be way better.
Real quick, before we go into his traits or his skills, did we go over anything that you want to note on his skills? S1, S2, S3?
Oh, sure. Yeah, good call out.
The utility behind S3 is nice.
Yeah, so cool things in general is the way that he plays feels very similar to his original version. His S1 is a short range dash. It's not line of sight restricted. It's more so feels like just range restricted, so you can like charge upwards on somebody. It is a small range, but either way, you don't have to like move completely vertically in line with someone before you can attack, which is nice. But it's a much quicker hit. His S1 before was like 3 slashes. This is like 2 really quick slashes. So hit count's really low, but it hits pretty hard, which is nice. So just like dropping all of your skills can go really fast. Stargazer, this is non-range or line of sight restricted. Just teleport anywhere on the map, which is just what his S2 was before. This one is faster. So like there was a little bit of so before on his S2 it was like a little bit of like a delay for a sword lunge and then he'd charge in and do like a slash. Yeah. This is like, I would say it feels a little bit more like the windup for Kyle's S3.
I would say it looks just like
he just instantly dashes and launches them into the air and then does like a quick follow-up slash and then lands. So
they're very similar.
Yeah, closer to Kyle's S3 except without all of the slashes in the air. It's a really fast animation. And it's really good. It feels powerful. And a fun thing to note about it, every single damage hit from it that I could tell is in a very large column. Like if you guys have been doing the current Mega Beast battle,
yes, we
have to fight the robot for the one. His S2, when he's at his max height, all the hits hit that robot.
That's awesome. I saw your video. I saw the short. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so like even though he's basically on the ground, the hitbox for it is way up in the air, which is super nice.
So it's like, okay, all right. No, I was just thinking Luxeus' S3 is, the same. He's got a pretty high column.
Okay, cool. So yeah, probably similar to that then. So if you can hit the that robot up in the air, probably similar verticality on that.
Right.
And then Soul Quasar, this is basically also just like the S2, non-line of sight, non-range restricted. He basically stands where he is and shoots exploding orbs at your target.
I love it.
It looked
man.
pretty cool.
It's
It looked sick.
amazing, dude.
It's really cool.
The sound
Yeah,
effects
and-
too, like so good. If you like lower your music
yeah.
down and listen to like them actually hit and launch, it's got a whole like little neat little soundboard to it.
Yeah, it's. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's kind of sci-fi. Right?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Kind of sounds like
I feel like I'm in space.
Starfighter or something.
Yes.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So a couple things that I've noticed and heard but not tested. One, its range feels about the same as XBET's S3, which is really good.
Yes.
It's not quite Roy S3, but it's like just under that, which is where XBET's.
Is it better than Rim's S3 in the terms of like AoE?
I don't have Rim,
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't know.
Sorry,
but when
my
I
bad.
heard people talking, they basically said that Rim's S3 and XBET's S3 were basically the same thing.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
I would assume it's about on par. So basically, like when things are spread out, usually if you target like one side of the map, you're probably missing one person. But if they're like kind of closer and you hit towards the middle, you're gonna wipe everything. So.
And
yeah,
I think
it's one
stock
of
is
those.
2, right? You can get 2.
Yeah.
Stock is 2. Okay.
Yeah, stock is 2. Yep. Yeah, base stock is 2, which means in PvP you start out with 1 for with spell render, which is nice.
Very, very nice.
Nice. Very nice.
One thing I didn't test, but I heard someone else tested is it's not heat seeking, so it works basically like XBETs as well. So like when you hit the button, it seems like wherever your target is, it basically like marks that location and he starts attacking that. So if you have somebody that's moving around a lot on the map, I think he just hits that one area, which can be good or bad depending on what you're looking at. But it's just a thing worth noting. Like I said, I didn't test it myself, but I'm just going to assume that'd be a silly thing to lie about. So I'm going to assume that's true.
Right.
And then I've never really paid attention to this much, but give 20% buff to allies in a wide area.
Yes.
So I don't know how big this wide area is. Maybe like Maglion range, which is like 3 unit tiles or 3 unit hitboxes. I don't know exactly, but I'm just going to assume this is the normal fort buff. I've never tested it, but cool. I like a little utility.
Yeah, definitely.
Neat.
Flashy move with a little bit of defense. I shall take it.
Yeah. And then Glorious Finale, his ultimate. I haven't tested this too much. It seems like a decent single target ult. Doesn't seem super insane though. I don't think that it's gonna. I don't believe it rivals somebody like Swimsuit Alice, you know, who has probably the best single target in the game, other than like Jlorg, who if you can maximize his, he does have the best single target. I'm pretty positive. But
Milim has a really good one too. The new Milim.
Milim does?
Yeah, the new Milim.
Oh yeah. Hers.
Yeah,
is
if you
pretty
can
good,
use it 3 times.
Which we haven't. We've been doing it lately on one of the Godforge bosses, because we found out we could actually cancel one of the main attacks. I forgot what the name was, but the real fancy looking god girl.
Vajra?
No, is that her? I think so. No, not. Yeah, the priestess.
Astoria?
Yeah, there you go.
Astoria.
Yeah, we've been
okay.
we've been using Milims on her, or it. I don't know what it is, and we've been using the S3s, and it's a lot of fun. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds painful to be in that room, but you do you, boo. All right. Meanwhile, I've been farming the Godforge boss, or the not the Godforge boss, the Listoria Mega Beast boss by just double ulting with Jlorg and calling.
There you go. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
and we'll
nice.
get into the Godforge here because that's been a lot of fun lately too.
That's another thing too.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot to talk
Good
about on
stuff.
this podcast. It really is.
I mean, third Annie. It's
yeah,
a hype time. To
it
be
really
alive.
is.
It's real good. Okay, on to his charisma. I love this charisma personally. We've got allies get plus 20% to special damage and plus 2k cap. Okay. Niche, but you know that's a good thing for when you really want to maximize your special damage. I'll take it.
Mhm.
And then special damage taken minus 20%. Awesome. So this is one of those things that you can take for granted, but most of the time when you're dying in PvE, like in boss fights, it's because of an ultimate. So taking 20% less damage from that is insane. And the fact this is a charisma means you could use it with Sheeta's Anima that has a stacking minus strength and int debuff to all your enemies. You're not dying from ults anymore,
Yeah.
Which is pretty great.
Nice.
In general, when I saw some of the rest of his kit, which we'll get into, I felt like he's basically Ruto, except he actually does a lot of damage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, at least Ruto has the thing where like he protects you from AoE damage. So in niche cases where you need that, like maybe the mother fight or, you know, going against Pablo or something, you know, he still has some niche application. And then I was like, well, we have this charisma though. Never mind. I will never use Ruto if I pull him anymore. No, I'll just use Roland and it's probably fine. So, you know, I don't have much of a reason to use Ruto, even though I wanted him before. But I'm sure Ruto is good at something, but I don't know what
Poor
it is.
Poor Ruto.
He can force AI. I guess that's the thing. But
Yeah, and target lock. I like target
Granddad lock. Granddad can do that too now. So, which we skipped because, you know, he wasn't hype enough for a podcast. So fuck that guy.
It really wasn't. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say it. The only thing that I found of interest in him was his 100% EXP. That's it.
Which is pretty mediocre, honestly.
I like that he can give the flinch immunity on his ult. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's a nice utility in some fights. So I would definitely use that sometimes. But anyway, comes with God Heal, comes with Stardust Heal. This is great, just because these are the 2 time stop heals, which is nice. Most units don't come with Stardust. There's usually like Starlight, which is a much stronger heal, but not time stop. Usually you have to teach Stardust. So
yeah,
that's a nice thing. I'll take that. Resolve up and Heroism up. So I think this is another case where I said before that I felt like his strength doesn't feel like it's naturally as high as other units. I think it's because this is his only increase right here. It's like 10% buff, and usually units have like more stacked up. It'll be like multiple fighting spirits and maybe strength up max or something, you know? So, not that it matters much, just point it out. Guard charge, getting SAT back. So just minor guard package that's decent. If you want to lean into survivability, you can add guard stuff. It just starts getting expensive though.
I'm waiting for the day where we can teach EX guard.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be pretty insane.
I wonder how much that would cost. You want to call that now?
When guard is equipped, damage taken during guard minus 15%. When HP drops to 50% or lower, guard rate up. So it's
10?
like maybe I'd say like maybe 8 to 10.
8 to 10. 8 to 10. See, that's pretty good. I'd take that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would take it or not. If I was a pure guard character, obviously I would.
Right.
I would say somewhere in that 6 to 10 range is probably reasonable. Just because I'm thinking like the vigilance is what, an extra minus 25% damage,
no, steel guard.
Steel guard is an extra like minus 25% damage while guarding, which is more than this. Mm-hmm. And then this is conditional guard rate up. I don't know what the rate is. Is it the same as vigilance?
I think it's actually a higher. I don't know the percentage, but I think it's higher.
Yeah, I would hope it's higher, but then stacks with it. But if we just think of like those each are 2, so like putting them together and then they're stackable, at least 6. Like there's no way it's cheaper than 6, but yeah, I can see it getting upwards of 8 or 10 potentially. But yeah, interesting. So like Sarah, he's made for fighting gods, which is cool.
Definitely.
Godbuster. Oh, also, they made a change to verbiage, which is cool. So instead of saying Slayer or Killer damage, they've decided to go with anti. So anti-type damage is now the global usage.
That threw me off really bad.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was like, wait, what is this anti-god crap? And then I was like,
I get it, but I just don't like it.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Just because they've been using, I've been accustomed or whatever to Slayer and all that jazz. Yeah, but sure. I personally just don't like the change.
Yeah. I don't know that I love the name anti, but I do like that it's all consistent now. Because we had places where it was Slayer or it was Killer or, weakness technically counted. So I think having a name is good. I don't know if I love anti, but it could be worse.
It's a start.
Yeah, it's something. So, so basically, he only has Godslayer though, for the most part. So, not huge. He doesn't come with special boosts. So, like to maximize his damage, you do have to give him special boosts. You're gonna have to give him the proper God type. So that's a thing. Divinity Shield.
I love this. I love.
Yeah,
I hope to see a
it's
lot
great.
more of these.
Yeah, it's just minus damage from these types. Great, love to see it. Oh yeah, Soldier Mastery. He does have Sniper Slayer as well. Great.
Minus 10. Nice.
Yeah, so he can charge in on Roy, which I will say, between him taking less damage while being in animations and then like the rest of his damage reduction, he can leap onto Roy's in arena and not care at all. At all. I don't think I've ever died to a Roy when leaping onto his face with an S2. Just doesn't happen. He just will take that right to the face, potentially like stop the AoE from hitting your team because it's so fast how quick his S2 goes off.
Right.
And he just shields your team for the most part. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I dig it. Anyway, so that's cool. Pride 2, neat. Also give him Pride 1 because that's what we do. It's just efficient bonuses to your stats and stuff. 2 light raises. So something good to note here is if you happen to have Kagasuchi, he likes light high drive. Good one to throw on him. So
and
nice.
if you did get the new UR, light mega.
Yeah, if you got you could definitely do light mega instead or in addition to if you got his UR. Indeed. So Holy Enhance. So I just want to say this is now the second enhance we've seen. I love that they're doing this. So Thunder gave, skill damage and crit. This is giving a little light damage and then healing power. So like they're theming these enhances around what these things are supposed to do, which I just think is super cool, and I'm excited to see what the other elemental enhances will be.
Right.
And I hope we see more of that over time.
I wonder how much does something like that costs? That's an interesting.
Fully enhance. I mean, if we just look at it, this is what healing high boost, which is 8, and then light attack damage, which would be
7.
So it's attack damage, which would be like a minor raise.
Yeah.
Normal light attack raise is 12.
Yeah.
So this would be 6 plus that. So this would have to be like 14 to 16 potentially. 14 is probably like 14's exactly on par with the other stuff you can give to a unit. I would hope it'd be less. Like if this was like 12, that'd be pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd take that for 12. 14, I'd have to think about it. Probably.
Yeah, I guess they do whatchamacallit. Here I'm just looking at Granada's and his stone enhance, earth attack damage plus 10%, and then physical damage taken minus 15%. I'm assuming the holy enhance has the recovery just because it's holy?
Yeah,
right?
Well, and they've been doing this type of thing in general with light element where it's like damage and healing, just like Amaretsu. Like we finally got a light cap raise arc, and it's got a little bit of cap raise on damage, but then also a cap raise on healing. And it's like a hybrid of that. And to me, original Roland was always meant to be that, where he's like kind of a tank, offensive healer hybrid. And he was just never really made in a way that you could really do that well, so we all just used him as a DPS unit. But this Roland, he hits that fantasy really hard. I think I could argue he's probably the best hybrid unit we've gotten in this game. Like, he can tank and do damage and be your only healer pretty well.
Yeah.
Alright, light synchronize. Cool. Eliza's not the only one with one of these now, which is sweet. So, just like Eliza, though, light damage plus 30% and cat plus 3k if you happen to be using the Lug Mechia arc.
I love that. Yeah, it's so good.
I'll take it.
Arc, you mean summon?
The summon, yeah.
It gives a reason to use the summons, so,
correct. Exactly.
Aside from, Eliza. So that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. When I originally saw his release, I didn't realize they gave him Sacred Guardian, and it blew my mind when I looked at it. I was like, holy shit, they gave this boy Sacred Guardian. All right. Sick. Awesome. So he can run like any amount of extra cast speed. You could give him high level magic chant. You could give him fast recast, whatever. You could give him Rad Boon. You could give him the Arc, which actually, this is a place where the Maiden's Lovely Banquet is kind of awesome to get its full effect, because some of the stuff that we don't normally pay attention to because we just throw it on for cast speed is that when you're buffed by a female unit, you gain monster attractiveness and your defense increases, you could use that on Roland so that he gets his instant cast, but then as you're getting buffed by like Theria or your other female units, Tinkeely, whatever, he's pulling units into him, his defense is higher for taking the hits, he's not getting flinched anyway, like, he could just use it, and like you can actually use that entire passive on Roland, which is kind of fun. So,
busted.
Throwing it out there. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Also, for options, if you happen to be somebody with Glass Record, Roland does pretty damn well with Glass Record.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll talk about that. Shh.
Oh yeah. Royal Feast. We keep randomly seeing variants on Pirate's Feast. It's great. Any unit that comes with Pirate Feast is amazing. Get all your skills back. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great. Everybody loves it. Awesome. Moving on. Well, I guess this one specific added effect is you greatly recover HP. That basically means no matter how weak you are, for the most part. I didn't look at it. I think it's a 999 heal. Probably.
Is it? That's pretty cool.
I don't know for certain because I didn't test, but I feel like he just always starts out at max HP no matter what, which means you're always starting out with Pride, which is awesome. Goddess Kiss for free is always great. Nice. He has basically the same exact auto attack as OG Roland, just with bigger multipliers.
Yeah. You can get it back
it's just
pretty
like,
quickly.
It's a single hit. So I think it's just like one hit. Maybe it's two. I didn't look, but
I think it's two.
Okay. Yeah.
For OG, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember what this one is. I think it's probably two, but it's not very high. But at least with this one, when he actually gets the proc, you're usually going to be full MP. He slaps pretty hard. So it's pretty good. It's not the best auto attack, but at least it hits hard. So that's good. Chivalrous Mindset 2. First time we've seen that.
Yeah.
So getting a plus 100 to these, and this will stack with Chivalrous Mindset to just boost these through the roof. So if you have the 4 and 5 Battle Lords sword from Godforge, it's, in my opinion, probably the best on him just because it scales up with Chivalrous Mindset so well, and then God Gold as well. His defense and strength just, it gets really good, especially his defense. It just gets insane. So, nice.
I think, didn't they also make a change, or I probably just never noticed, where Chivalrous Mindset now is, specific to different weapons? Right, this one's Chivalrous Mindset
correct.
sword.
Yeah, there's several others. Yeah,
Yep, absolutely. So they have made that change. All right, extra attack shield. So this could be another reason that he holds up against like Roy pretty well, because Roy has this thing where he has a chance to do extra pursuit attacks, and well, basically all pursuit damage is reduced by 35% on Roland as well, in addition to all of his other crap. So neat, cool.
And he takes 30% less damage from the second hit of dual wield.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So when you're dual wielding, yeah, you're just cutting that damage. So overall, basically an extra minus 15% damage in general.
Very good for PvP. PvE probably won't really. We don't know what they're using. I doubt anybody in PvE is using dual wield.
This definitely, it certainly seems like it's a PvP thing. Yeah. But I mean,
it's awesome.
We've seen whenever we're fighting units that we get, their kits are always the same as what we get. So, for instance, Granadas had, his flinch immunity and the anti-Trish effect where you couldn't use Trishula on him. So, if there's anything that has pursuits built into their kit, I'd imagine they probably can get pursuits on us. In which case, this technically helps us survive. So,
definitely.
Cool. Favorite sword, we've seen it a million times. Great. More cap. Awesome. Doppelhander, and then Doppelhander boost. Funny enough, this is actually bugged in his kit. It actually says two-handed sword 2.
So
oh, really?
Yeah.
And then when you click on it, it says Doppelhander boost. Yeah, I can show you if you remind me.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they'll rename this eventually so that it's in line with the others, because it's really weird that it's its own name. But yeah, so even more cap raises. Lots and lots of cap raises across the board. Hey, look, sword mega boost, more cap raises. Great, you love to see. Armor mega boost. Hey, I think people wanted this on Granddad. Guess what? Roland got it. Awesome, I'll take it. Even better. I think this is new, but
it is.
When you have armor plus 15% HP, okay,
I'll take it.
Like I'm pretty sure I build 0 HP on him and he's still over at 10k HP.
Right.
It's pretty great.
He's nasty.
So most units I like to throw on like HP +2 and maybe HP up max, so that if I have something like Awaken and you get your 999 heal, you get like basically that full heal out of it, and you have like a pretty good cushion. I feel like that pretty much happens with him, and if I'm building HP, I'm never healing to full because he has too much HP. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. Cloak of Majesty for free. Cool. Non-boss enemies reduce damage. Archbeam's Blessing. So this is pretty sick in PvP and PvE. So I found in general, I'm not getting up to the point of using Trance in PvP, because either I'm not getting to 200 MP before I kill everybody on the enemy team, or this is coming into play and using some of my stuff. Basically what this does is a similar effect to Indomitable Spirit or From Zero. If you would die, just use 50 MP and then you survive and heal.
Busted.
Which is great. And you get it 2 times.
2 times.
As long as you have the MP for it. Yeah. So like you could potentially run From Zero with him, which I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Get him to survive once, be in guard, get MP back, potentially survive long enough that you get even more MP, and survive 2 more fatal blows before you die.
Or Goddess Kiss proc.
Wow. Maybe. I can't make Goddess Kiss work in PvP though.
PvP. I'm talking about PvE. Sorry. PvP.
Oh,
Yes.
oh yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. PvE. You're always gonna have this available. Sorry. You're gonna survive 2 hits no matter what. Always. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Joe?
No, I was just gonna wait till we were done to give my thoughts on PvP, because I have faced them in PvP, and I was just gonna give my input whenever we were done going over his kit.
Yeah. I mean, that's more or less it from his kit perspective. Did you? Let's talk about Arena, and then if you guys have any other questions or findings, let's talk about those before moving on.
Yeah. So in Arena, like I thought he would have been tanky, but the ones that I've fought, of course, we're going up against AI, so I don't know if that really has any play into it. Probably not. It's more of the builds, and I'm assuming people build him for damage and not really to tank. So the ones that I've fought haven't really been an issue. I mean, when he hits hard, and he usually takes out a unit. But when actually trying to take him out, it's not that big of an issue. He's a human and our soldier, so he falls into the human slayer category. So needless to say, he gets clapped. For me personally, he gets clapped pretty easily just from my team that I run. I'm not sure if others have had like difficulty taking him out, but I haven't had that much of an issue. Nothing noteworthy.
Yeah. My findings running him in Arena is if you build him to be tanky, he can be very tanky. And that's how I prefer to run him. I basically wanted to see if I could replace Gorm as my Allure tank, and then basically get some additional damage out of it, especially because I run Shift Eliza, who nukes fire and light res, which means he could still do some damage while tanking. And what I figured is, hey, I could have him on priority S2, so right at the beginning of the match, he's on their side of the map, pulling aggro there, which means there's less AoEs on my side of the board. And what I found with that is because of his super armor and damage reduction, usually he does a really good job with surviving, but every once in a while he'll randomly take some nuke from somebody that will just instantly delete him. But I've had that happen a couple of times with Gorm too. So like there's just some times that like the stars align just right and things don't quite go right. But for the most part, I found that he was a pretty solid substitute for Gorm. The only big issues is Gorm has a lot of built-in allure stuff. Roland doesn't really. And I was wanting to build some extra defensive stuff, so I don't always run Imperial Shield and Honey on him. So like I won't run as many allure stacks. So like every once in a while somebody might go off and hit one of my other units, usually Roy. But he usually has a revive, and then after that they're usually right back on Roland on their side of the map. So it doesn't usually seem like it's a huge problem, and he performs pretty well. I've never really built him for pure damage. I can see him doing potentially good, but he doesn't really have much for like Slayers or crit. So as a main DPS unit in PvP, he just doesn't seem like you want to do that. Know what I mean? He's like you're kind of forcing it. Like he can do damage, sure, but like it seems like he's meant to tank in PvP and then like help with some sub DPS. So, and also I like that his S2 has really like hard lift on it, so it like throws enemies into the air really far, which means it enables sky high for your units.
Right.
I've had some times where he'll dash in and he'll lift somebody off the ground, and then Eliza will snipe him with a scorching strike, and it just looks badass on screen. Just like, yeah, go full auto squad.
Wasn't
Love
that
it.
like the
Great.
original duo in the story? It's like Lanceville, Eliza, and Roland, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see them all interacting at like as if they were fighting like in real life kind of thing. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. I want
Pretty
now.
nice.
Now I kind of want Shift Eliza. Damn.
Dude, she's so good. She's so good. But anyway, so overall arena, he's felt pretty good for me. Like you noted though, it is pretty easy to get weak point boost on him, so you have to make sure that you're either compensating for that or maybe picking your fights better or manually controlling. Like, most people do.
Like if he was neutral to, fire, ice, earth, and thunder, cool. Because then you just use the elemental arc ether reward.
Yeah.
And then you don't got to worry about at least gaze. Then there's Eliza's anima, and then like elemental debuffs from like Roy's S3.
Yeah. If people really want you to be weak, they can make you weak.
Yeah, they can force you to.
Yeah.
But at
But
least
they should
with
have to work
gaze,
for it.
you don't have to worry about that.
True. But what you could do, technically, is you could get both of his paid gear and use the Arc Ether reward, and that puts you at +10.
Yeah. You're actually neutral.
Yeah. Or you could just give him Elder Mask for an extra 10, Easy.
Yeah, and not
So
use
easy.
any skills.
Yeah, just autos all day. Let's go.
Auto,
He's just gonna auto the way to victory.
Or you could just make him a true tank now. He won't. He's not even meant
shit.
to. He's just meant to heal.
Okay. So, new UR arc with him. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, any other thoughts or questions regarding Roland that maybe we haven't talked about?
I like him.
There's I'm sorry.
Go for it.
No, there's always gonna be that should I pull for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I remain the same as I've always been. As of
I
late.
can't wait to hear this.
All right, go ahead, lay it on us.
If Roland is super fucking broken, he's gonna be broken in 6 months when he's pitiable for 30k.
I did like that. I did like how you said. I did catch that in the comments in the Discord, and I was like, that's actually a fair ass statement. And I shared it with other people.
But if I'm gonna play devil's advocate to the other side, because everybody doesn't like good advice and they just like to pull.
True.
Things like Roland's a super good unit. He's really balanced. I think that he could be a super good carry unit throughout story, especially if you can start with an arc with Post for Glory, because he doesn't come with it like his OG form, so he really needs Post of Glory. If he's going to be like your main DPS. But the fact that he's really resilient, so like he's got good sustain, he can be your dedicated team healer really, really well, more so than like Lug that just, he technically has God Heal, so he can work, but like he's not a healer, whereas Roland actually can do some good healing. And then also his damage is really solid. For a single wheeled unit, it feels like it's easily the best that we have for sure. And I'll also point out, recently, this is a minor thing, and I just think this shit's funny in general, but Lug is no longer a 10 out of 10 on the global tier list. He dropped down to a 9.9.
Wait, you can drop?
because we grade on a curve, and other units have entered the game that are either as good or better in some areas, and now he's a 9.9. Roland is also rated at a 9.9. Just saying. It's really good.
Yeah.
So, one thing I didn't talk about too much. I said that Trance is really niche. So, this thing, basically, every way you could think that it fucks you, it does. You already pointed out you can't increase your max stocks. This is a super duper hard cap on your stocks.
It's one. You're getting one skill. Boom.
Yeah. And I know like Tweaks went and did some testing. This was already expected probably in general, but like if you have stocks and then like the buff runs out, you don't get any of those back. So like it literally, if you have max skill stocks from Honey Elixir and then use this, it just eats all your stocks. You get nothing for it. So it's what I found to be good is if you can gauge how much damage or how much HP the enemy is that you're fighting has, and you know that you only need like a big burst to do it, you could use something like Honey Elixir or have Pirate Feast. Use all of your skill stocks down to the point that you have one of each, and then Trance, and then use your final 3 skill stocks for like a huge burst of damage at the end. and that can work really well. Otherwise, sorry, go ahead.
I did have this thought, and okay, so I haven't I haven't even tried it. It was a thought yesterday, but I was like, what if you could like cheese it? There's a way you can cheese, like you could launch his skill, like let's say S2, and it does like take time to get across. Or wait, hold on, let me think of this real quick. No, I guess
it doesn't recover.
Yeah,
anything. It limits the skill.
I don't know. I was basically last night. I was like, man, there's gotta be some way that there's like a glitch that you could use more than one.
I don't think so. But what I did find to work really good, for those of you people that might have Glass Record, his cooldowns on his skills work out really good with it. I don't have the exact numbers, but I believe when I did my initial testing, it was something like 14, 22, 44 for his skills. And when you have Spirit Breath, Glass Record recovers 13 every time you use it. So if you have 1 or 2 units on your team, even just one is fine. Use Glass Record, that's going to give you an S1, half your S2. Use another one, you can now dash in with an S2, followed up by an S1. Use another one, okay, cool. Now you have an S3 and an S1 and half of your S2. And like you can sort of have a really good rhythm of trance if you have somebody spamming Glass Record for you.
Right.
So like you can abuse it pretty decently well with how his cooldowns are set up if you have that as a tool, which most people aren't going to have, but I'm saying it for those of you out there that do. So that's what I found to be like the most quote unquote abusive way to use it. And like the fact that he can use Glass Record on himself too is a thing. It's just the problem that you use Trance, get the buff, you have to Goddess Kiss so that you then, are getting MP to be able to use Glass Record. So in like a boss fight, it's a little bit clunkier if you don't have a support to do it for you. So
and a side note on the whole pull or no pull, there is a new unit coming out, and I believe next week. It's going to be next week. So if you guys want to make a subtle decision on whether or not to pull from, you could wait until you could just rely on tickets right now. We are getting 20 tickets in the next like 10 days. And then we also got, 10 the tickets at the start of Annie and then free crystals. If you guys want to hold those crystals until they launch that new character to see, which one you want to go for, that'd probably be the smartest thing to do. But I know patience is very hard in Annie. I'm not gonna be one to say that I did not, because I had my moments of shame, and when I got done, I realized like, what did I just do? So yeah.
I mean, I've definitely had some of that too. I've rolled more than I expected to on this banner.
If y'all would have heard how many times I said I'm gonna save all this you're giving me, and I was like, you know what? Okay, at night I'm laying in bed. Let's just do one YOLO pull. Let's do one. All right. Well, no, I just got all blues. Let me do one more till I get a red. It's a bad thing.
There's a reason they call this genre gotcha.
Yep.
It's the most hilarious and forefront genre name that ever existed.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm at least over 10K, and I'm like actually done now with some stuff, which is pretty good. I should be much higher though, because this event was pretty generous. It gave us a lot of
very generous, yeah.
So that's really cool. But
can't be mad at anybody but yourself at this point.
Exactly. Yes. I stand by, basically do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm an idiot. I can tell you the objective correct thing to do. I can objectively tell you the right answer. I just won't always follow the right answer.
Oh, wait, we didn't go over the UR.
Yes, that's what we were doing.
Also, Mel, swimsuit Ray would be legit. I can't stop laughing.
Dude, for real, we've already had like a little bit of some art for it.
Bikini Ray.
Dude, he's just gonna be chill, laying on his back, like eating a fish. That like one artwork we have. Dude,
sunburned Ray is just gonna be like all missing hair everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be great. All right. So new UR arc.
Not a dragon.
Not a dragon.
Not a dragon.
Right now, it is an arc bean. Or Archbean, however you want to call that. Art is sick. I love this art.
Yeah.
This, like, I think I still like Melee Mare more, but I think this is probably my follow-up. I absolutely love how this looks.
Arc animation too. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's good. Stats, very min-maxy, which I like. Lots of HP, strength, defense, mind. Very good for a bruiser. Super duper good. Just all around.
I want more MP. A little more MP, please.
Little more MP. Yeah, it is kind of sad.
It's a little sad.
that like this is Roland's arc.
Yes.
Roland, and he wants MP if he's gonna use Trace, and then they gave it no MP.
15 MP, man. What the hell?
So you have to really force MP on him, which really sucks. I think what I was doing in my builds when I was testing Trance is I would just give him like the butterfly accessory, and then like MP up like 1 in 3, just because those ones are pretty cheap and efficient, and I think that would usually get me up to 500. So could be worse, but yeah, definitely not as great as we might like it to be.
Right.
Anyway,
I can't stop staring at that.
So strength plus 10%, cool.
Nice.
Each wave gradually boosts strength plus 50%. This is what the old Eldrov had too. I'm gonna assume it's just as shitty as the other one. When they say gradually, that's usually like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the case, but I'm gonna assume this doesn't exist. And just, I don't care.
I really hate stat buffs over time.
Like, no, Zero, it's 10 minutes. Come on now.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
at least with Eldravana, it was during each wave slowly boost physical damage up to 50%. So that was physical damage. This is
that's what it
SDR.
was. Okay, gotcha.
So that at least is better.
You're not gonna see it. Let's just be real here.
You're not gonna see it,
No,
but it is
Roland's
better.
hitting too hard. You're not gonna see it on waves 1 through 3 if the 5th wave is a boss. You're not gonna see it.
Yeah, for sure. But either way, strength plus 10%. That's what's there.
Yeah.
Battle start. Grant a basic status ailment resistant plus 2 buff. That's pretty sweet.
That's solid.
Like that is PvP ramifications.
Yeah.
That's really good. You know, being able to throw on those resistance, become nil to everything. Awesome. Love it. When equipped with only 1 weapon, skill, and special damage cap, plus 6,000. Cool.
Single wield damage cap arc.
Yep.
Who would have knew?
So I mean,
It's
basically
just
this
a
is
UR, just pull it.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically a 3K cap, which is the same as we've always seen, just
Yeah.
on single wield. I hoped that when we got something like this on a single wield specific, I hoped it would be a little more. But, you know, I'll take it. It's fine. Overall, nice arc, especially for anybody single wielding. It works.
Get these unit skill.
All right, so I'm going to skip the stuff that doesn't matter.
I love it.
We have sword boost. We have guard charge. They exist.
Yeah.
Special shield. I love
Special shield 2. This is
awesome.
super great.
Yeah.
Like minus 30% damage from boss specials. That's significant. Like if you don't get Roland and you get this, if you're dying to boss ults and you're like, oh no, they keep killing me. What do I do? Give this to all your units. Great. Super good. And then we already have special shield 1 for 3, which you can give. So that's minus 40% damage. You're gonna live forever. Enjoy.
We have armor high boost.
Yep. So good. Another source of that. Nice. Now for some juicy stuff. Light Mega Drive. Nice.
Finally.
We talked about when we would finally get Mega Drives. I believe we
Yes.
said 15 to 16 would be where they were at.
Yep. And
Landed
that's what it
there.
is. It is.
Worthwhile. So normal drive. So here is actually really good. They valued the damage cap at 3 SC. Cheaper than other ones.
No.
No,
Like,
isn't
Dar-
High Drive 12 or is it 11?
11.
It's 11.
It's 11. Okay, so it's 4 SC for the damage cap.
Yeah.
Good.
Light Mega Drive is the same count as light attack raise. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
30%.
more but it's more comparable to High Drive.
Yeah.
So,
for
but
the
yeah,
hard
it's the same
drives.
cost.
No, I'm saying they should probably lower. Let me go in and lower that light attack raise.
Well, no,
Just-
the raises in general are super duper niche, and they're valued appropriately for what they do. It's just no units want them because they're only for hybrid units.
Yeah.
That's the problem because it buffs your everything.
Yeah.
You know, like if you want to maximize your arc skill, you put on attack raises because they're some of the few things that actually help.
Right.
So
Fair enough.
anyway,
Fair enough.
it is expensive, but I understand why it's expensive.
Right.
I'm not as mad as some other skills that exist in the game. But favorite sword. We now have that.
Yay! I'm so happy about
Cool.
this.
Yay. I mean, 15, so like it's clearly expensive, but like 10k cap for single wheel units, so basically 5k, since they have to be single wheeled instead of dual wheeled. But effectively a 5k cap you can give to somebody. if they have to be a single build unit. So nice. Anybody that doesn't have it already. I know you talked about before the podcast, somebody that hits this really, really well is Leona.
Leona, yeah. I have it on her already.
Mega boost for Leona because her cap isn't that overly high. A2 doesn't have favored sword, I believe.
She does.
Right? Or she does. She does have that one?
It's a Leona. I don't know if Lanceville has it. I don't have Lanceville.
Sucks.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. I can't remember who else said. Yeah, but Leona was like one of the first ones that I put it on. Oh, Granadas too. If you're trying to cap with Granadas, he doesn't have it either. Yeah.
Cool.
So
nice.
So anyway, it's cool. It makes a lot of the older units a little better. So I'll take that.
Yeah, 2 cap raises.
Yeah,
2 cap raises on this arc. Definitely. Nice. Know who really probably likes light Mega Drive? Somebody that has high hit count, light attribute, and doesn't have a high cap already, like OG Alice.
OG Alice, what to say? OG Alice, yeah. I already taught her that too.
Very nice. All right, let's do the skill because that's kind of fun. So relatively niche, but powerful light attack on all enemies. I think this is like
it's 1 hit.
Oh my god, yo!
Okay.
I thought you had it at level 10 for a second there. I was like, what the hell? How many times did you pull that?
Yeah, no, that ain't me.
Oh my god! I was like, no way, you had that at 10 already.
But one thing I will say, I don't think this is an arc you have to get leveled up, which is pretty great.
Hell no.
At level 1, so like I like this plus 10k cap, like on special for niche like things. That's really, really powerful.
Yeah.
But at level 1, it's still like plus 25% damage and plus 5k cap, which is really heavy.
Definitely.
Like that's a lot to
Isn't that the same as the original Eldravana?
Yes. Except that requires you to actually equip the arc. You can put this on a friend.
Nice. Oh yeah.
That's the big difference. Yeah. This is a buff.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that means you can do this on somebody like Levi, who has a really good ult but a low cap for it, and have him using Gwar and still do a double ult with 5k cap.
Beautiful.
Which is pretty sick.
Nice.
So like he's another one of those that like the Mega Beast boss, when we're doing the Vajra, the one weak to Earth, I can pop this and then just double ult and have him dead. I couldn't do it without this amount of cap raises or without having like a Sarah in my party and like Roland's charisma, you know? But yeah, so that's kind of fun. I like it. Not somebody that you go spend UR dust on though, in my opinion. Save that for your Theos and your Gwars, and I mean mainly those. Council, yes, Council, and then possibly Lily Matter too. I think that's probably 4th up.
Yep.
They did this UR mad justice. Like, finally, you are worthy skills. You are worthy UR. I'm not going to mention it MP at all, but but overall, yeah, this thing is amazing. I love it. Definitely top 5 for me on the UR scale.
It's good. All right, and then on to the Ether Reward.
Oh Lord, I love this thing.
it's UR quality.
It really is. It really is.
Fat stack of strength, defense, MP, cool. Resistance to silence and blind, neat, cool. Physical light attack damage plus 10%, okay, decent. Cool. The big part, nullify strength and defense debuffs from active skills.
Yeah.
So one of the instances that DK pointed out to me before the podcast is like, if you're fighting Kraken, one of the reasons he nukes you really hard is because he nerfs your defense. You don't lose any defense anymore.
You just lose them in D. It's so nice.
You just tank it.
Yeah.
You just don't care anymore. So that's pretty great.
Does this nullify? I don't think it does, or I wouldn't imagine it does. But does this nullify Gen's STR debuff?
It should, yeah.
Or is it?
Well, okay, so I don't think so because it says active.
Okay, all right. I figured.
And I'm pretty sure wave start is technically like triggered, even though like they don't use that keyword, but it does. I don't think that it would count for that. Kind of like how Proud Force heals don't trigger things that say active skills.
Gotcha.
You know all right. So yeah, it shouldn't do that. But if anybody's happens to be throwing on strength or defense downs from other means, there you go. There's the thing.
Like charismas or whatnot.
Yeah. But if you want to deal with like Gen's debuffs, something like the Vaz arc can do that. The first 5 seconds, it nullifies all your debuffs. So that works. But Yeah, either way.
Yeah, and
it's really cool.
It's great. It's an accessory you can use on multiple different units. You can carry it everywhere. So it's really cool.
Mainly PvE, I would say.
Yeah,
for sure. Like people aren't manually doing debuffs usually.
No, yeah, no.
It's just not the thing that we do. But overall, solid UR arc. Yeah, I'm very pleased.
Kraken was like one of those ones where like, God damn, there's that stupid debuff, and he actually does it twice in a row. I think it's that venomous rainfall. That's what gives you the debuff, and it hits you. Like you'll get rid of it once, and then you're like, well, shit, the second one's gonna kill me. And you try to get rid of it again. You get rid of it, and then the second one comes, and then you get it again. So you have to get rid of it again. So it's really nice just to run that and not ever worry about it debuffing you. So
yeah,
and universal for any other fight that's gonna debuff you as well. So really cool.
Nice. Anyway, is there anything you guys wanted to talk about or ask about between Roland, the arc? I've been having a hell of a lot of fun with just like finding the weird cases where I can meme with Roland and the arc.
You got him day one, so you've been just like having a blast with them.
Yeah, well, like, so an example of one silly thing that like people don't always use as damage tests, but like, obstructing advocate is a story mission that like oftentimes I see in Discord. People are like, "Hey, how do I beat this boss? It's really annoying." He goes away and then heals twice and then pulls in these other things. I can't do damage to him. Well, I did a thing a while ago where I used Levi and I gave him max damage with like Icy Guardian or something to give him that extra damage and got him to use S3 right away, and it was barely enough damage that you could just instantly kill the Grog and you skip the entire fight.
Right.
It's really great. Roland can do that too. You can just instantly kill the Grog and skip the entire advocate fight, which is awesome. But even better, I was like, all right, so I can go in, and basically what I did was start out skill stock 3 because you just 2 and 3, and then I just God healed with Spirit Breath because it's instant speed and doesn't use all his MP.
Yeah.
So God healed myself, kept above 500 Trance, and then Tranced, and exactly like when you use Trance, if you S3 into S2, you can just barely kill her before she goes away. And then you basically nullify the fight. You just have to kill like one of the white Lukemechia things that spawns in or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I realized with all his light attack ups and everything else, I could just use Eldrov. You can just instantly clear that fight with Eldrov too, which is really funny. I had to like stack Combo Master and all sorts of fun stuff like that, but yeah 0-second clear on Obstructing Advocate.
And that's another thing that I wanted to point out with Roland is that Roland, his free kit's so damn good that you can have an absolute blast with them, building them all different types of ways. You really can build them several different types of ways. Even your niche little thing that you just talked about, like just building them to do this crazy one special attack or like, and that's why I really like. So people have been asking me a lot too as well, should we pull from, is he worth? And I'm gonna say this again, yes, I think he's really, really good. Is he worth pulling for? Absolutely, but don't go broke over him. There is another unit coming out, and hang tight if you need to be. But I don't know if we touched base on the sprite. I didn't even any of you guys mentioned this sprite. That sprite though is so damn good.
I might have had some complaints about the face and the base art, but his sprite is so clean.
I mean, like,
very nice.
If you compare the colors to his outfit and his actual sprite, it matches almost perfectly. Even the fur moves as he's playing. It just, they did a 10 out of 10 job on that sprite.
So good.
And
like,
go ahead.
These like I don't know, banners, ribbons, whatever, this like extra flare coming off of his waist, like all that waving in the wind and like
everything's
with his
moving.
Sprite animations, he looks so good in game.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Sort of has that little aura around it. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very similar to his original sprite. Oops, sorry about that. It's very similar to his original sprite. So I do like how they kept the same stance too. They just basically sharpened it a little bit. And they match the color. Because that's one big thing that I've noticed, like especially with like the old advocates like the Rogue and Baron, their sprites really don't match their pictures, and I feel like leaning in this direction is so much better because everything matches and it looks so good. So damn, 10 out of 10 job on that.
That does make me realize I have one more complaint. And now this really bugs me.
Now
It's nothing wrong with Roland. It's wrong with Hades.
Oh.
Why the hell do we have paid gear that is armor and gauntlets that are called greaves?
Yeah.
And then we have a helmet on the UR. I want this badass sword. Give me this sword.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. I think I have an answer for that. So, what is it? Okay. I kind of the Godforged sword. I think they want us to do. That's why this event exists. I think they want us to get that sword
You're on
done.
Point. It's all fixed. You're right. We're gonna get Eldrov in the Godforge, and it's gonna look like this. That's what's gonna happen.
I swear to God, if they don't put fucking
100%.
Zelbius in Godforge already.
Dude, I really, really thought this was the time we were gonna get it, man. I'm so heartbroken. But
I think
as
it
a
might be
segue-
coming. I think it might be coming.
yeah,
It's
as
a last
segue,
part.
though, let's talk about new Godforge.
Oh yeah.
We got some new stuff, which is really cool. I've been lazy and I haven't done this fight yet. But we had all of these rings, which are cool. These are some cool things. This had some niche application. Silly things you could do in arena. When a thing dies, you could heal your other allies. This one was pretty bad, but it had some resists on it. I don't know what this new one does. Let's see. Autocast magic barrier. Lame. Nobody cares.
But now, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
But now we can Godforge them all together, and now you get all the good things
get
about all
both.
of them.
Yeah.
You get all the effects, you get the healing effect, you get all the stats, and you get the ailments together. And now we're looking at a good accessory. This is pretty solid.
And it's got res on stun. Yo, that's sick. Yes.
That's from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? You
It's
got
so
resistances
amazing.
on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
will take that
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
So it's good. It's good. I already crafted the one other one, so I'll get to the black pendant. I don't know where this stuff is at. I haven't gone and done this yet. Soul Egg Adornment. But basically, they have this thing where you can use some Godforged spears, and then you get this thing, and you keep building it up. So it starts out as an egg, turns into a worm, turns into a chrysalis, and then turns into a butterfly. So that's cool. Very nice. And by the end of it, you get a bow that is Earth Element, which is interesting. Increased Earth damage, and then your regular attacks can give Drain and Nemesis. So like a debuff type effect for a Earth support unit we don't have yet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's cute. I like that. I like this progression in general. Like that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Like things evolving over time through Godforge. That's pretty sweet.
So, side note on the weapon again. I know we're all waiting on Zelda's Blade, Godforge. But if they don't have it, they did give us an opportunity to get Holy Blade Zahadojin again. So I definitely did that.
Yes.
This past couple
Absolutely.
days. I got it to plus 40, which is my first. I think my first sword. I don't have Kagasuchi plus 40 yet. I went ahead and did this one first. But I mean, light physical attack damage plus 25% at plus 40, and then at battle start. And close to that, you get Brave, R, and Speed once. So
yeah,
super
all
good.
Right. So I want to talk about that stuff as well. So bring me back to that. But I want to show this other Godforge one.
Right.
So we had green pendant, pink pendant, and orange pendant. Orange pendant basically had a bunch of good ailment resists, which is what these are. Great.
Yeah.
Pink pendant gave you a flat bonus to all your stats, which stacked with your other stuff, which is fine. It's decent across the board.
Mm-hmm.
And green
also
pendant.
gave illness.
Um,
Pink Diamond gave illness res.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, great. And then Green Diamond is the one that most people probably ran because it was a free revive. Basically, decoy that stacked with decoy, which is cool. But now, again, we get all that shit.
Yeah.
Cool. There's a nice accessory.
It's
lots of strength,
amazing.
MP, HP,
Yes.
free revive, like across the board, good resistances. Like, this is a beautiful piece of gear. I love they did this.
My only thing... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my only thing with this, and probably, I know it's probably a stupid reason, but I have, the accessories. I'm probably just not going to make the Black Diamond because, and again, this is a pretty dumb reason. So the Orange Diamond is res to poison, stun, and illness. Pink Diamond is res to illness, then you Godforge it, and you only get res to illness. I would have imagined you would have gotten ill or nil to illness. That probably would have been too much, but I don't find myself using. I don't know. Like it's good. Don't get me wrong, but just for that simple reason, I probably won't Godforge it.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to Godforge it because you don't like it, or because you want to independently use those two pieces?
Yeah, like if there was ever a case, it's probably like I said, pretty niche uses, right? Where I would use this res or stuff like that. So don't take what I say too much to heart. but it's just my own reasoning. I would have liked illness res, but that's just me.
Yeah, don't worry. I will not read too much into your
Hey, fuck you.
bad logic. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. I agree, though. It'd be nice if it was nil, just because we don't have very many accessories that actually give you multiples of these things. It's basically just holy water. That gives you like a fat stack of resistances. You know, I don't think we have anything that's like +2 to stun, +2 to. I don't even think we have a +2 to silence. We just have so many things that give you plus silence that it's easy to hit silence nil. But yeah, being able to have +2 illness on something would have been really, really good. So would have been on board. Okay, so
very nice God Forge equipment there, Zero.
Yeah, I like me my God Forge.
I'm impressed. It looks really good.
It's a thing I like. It's a
For
thing
someone who doesn't have a lot of time to play.
I know. You know, he says that, but he pops in at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning into the multiplayer fights. I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Every once in a while, you know? And like, I did a whole lot for a long time, and now I don't really have to farm much because we don't have new shit anyway. I don't care. I'm done. That's the thing. I'm just done. Okay, so here's the thing with this. This is a great sword. I just hate that the battle start effect, you don't care. This doesn't matter at all. So it's basically light physical attack plus 25% because these are basic buffs you're going to throw on your unit if you want them. You don't need an RNG chance at this garbage. This should literally just say battle start, you get all of these, not or that. But whatever. Right. Still, 400 strength means anybody that scales with like scales up their weapon strength, such as Roland with Chivalrous Mindset, or like I mean, it's basically Roland for the most part. I mean, Chivalrous Mindset in general is pretty good, but yeah, this is a great sword for anybody that has it. The event that currently exists,
people have been asking about this, so yeah,
will allow you to get this. This was a swift reminder to people that you can't just overpower your things and then just easy mode everything, which I always love, but it also kind of hurts me. So, 5 Battle Lords says level 100. This is pretty easy at this point in the game, right? Like, has this been causing problem for anybody that isn't like brand new? If you're a new player, this is still going to be annoying because you need a light physical attack.
Right. We've just been giving people a support units to clear it in one go.
Yeah,
people have been able to clear it.
Yeah, which is super easy. I think I managed to get like a 7-second clear with new Roland just by doing a trance burst.
Right. Oh my god.
Nuked everything. It was great. It was so good. But I was able to do the same thing with like Melee because she's just so good. So yeah, this just, you can easily get a carry. However, for Lords, this reminds people that hard content kind of exists.
Yeah.
And like, you can't just get an OP carry unit. You have to actually play well too. Like, you have to know how to play. I don't think there's any unit that you could possibly get that's just like, oh, just go and press Honey Elixir and then like kill things and you're done. Like, you need to know what you're doing.
Right.
So, yeah, for anybody that's wondering about this fight, I'm curious to know if you guys know any other strategies, but the core one that I'm usually used to is, one, this fight's a little bit extra hard because they don't let you use arc skills. So the usual cheeses are harder to do, such as like, oh, we're just going to use Theo, we're going to group everybody up, and then we're going to use Lukiel and just ult and nuke everybody. You can't get instant ult right away. You can't use Theo to group people, so you have to be more creative. So you can use things like Lug, DeGrogue, Sheeta, cast Black Hole, groups everybody up. Nice and easy. After they're grouped up, spam Lightning Gauge the rest of the match, have DPS units wail on the boss. Or all of the bosses while they stay grouped up. I think that's probably the core easiest way to tackle this fight. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, just have Lug, just have DeGrogue, you know.
Yeah,
but I mean, I agree with the strat. I see what you're saying. Just group them up.
If you have those things, you do that. Otherwise, I've seen other people. Like I always like to make solo units that people can go and try to complete these fights. I've been struggling to make somebody that's like kind of foolproof because like you need to be pretty skilled to do it. And I know Lax set up his G-Luke to be able to take the DeGrogue hit, die, revive, and then be able to basically kite around, use Lightning Gauge to eventually get them grouped, and then charge up enough for an ult, and then you can nuke with Lukiel. So like that's a thing you could do.
I can I can demonstrate what I did. I can share my screen if that's if someone actually
Sure.
wants to see it. And I used
People
Gore.
are struggling with this, so if you are able to show it, go
Yeah,
for it.
let me share it real
Yeah, you
quick.
want to do it? Go ahead. I know one thing. Are you going to talk about our Lord and Savior in your run or something else?
No, it's something else.
Okay, great. So something else some people have been doing is you can use Gobble, best unit in the game.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
his
totally.
S3 has a chance to insta kill even on boss waves. So bosses are still immune to the effect, but you can nuke the other three lords just fine with his S3. So you could just load in, especially with like a friend's gobble, use honey elixir. If they have something like Stardust Live, they could have 4 charges of that. You just drop that on them. There's like a 30% chance to insta kill, something like that. 15%. I don't know what it is, but yeah,
Yeah, so
can
it looks
do
like
that.
you're running Tinkily because they're gonna attack her with Ganon for survivability.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's really simple. So I got Tinky taking the hit. She's got Ganon, she's got God Shield. I don't have Dark Shield on her, but she can take the hit just fine. She'll survive. I should mention that when that unit that takes the hit from the Grog, they will be stunned afterwards. So I'm using Stonebird.
Yeah, fainted. They will be fainted.
Fainted.
Yeah.
Sorry, not stunned. Fainted.
Yeah.
So I gave her that. And then I have Gorm on Allure. So he's my Allure. So there everyone goes for him. And then just some like survivability. I don't really have anything super crazy on him. I have him on Lightning Gauge. I have Tinkili on Lightning Gauge. So when they're all going for Shift Goroth, Tinkili and Goroth, they're spamming Lightning Gauge, and I'm controlling Glukiel. And in the time that they're doing their Lightning Gauge, I'm auto attacking. I'm gonna explain it and then I'll show it, just because doing it at the same time is a little bit too much. But so while they're doing that, I'm auto attacking with Glukiel to build the ult on her, and then
Mhm.
when Goroth and Tenkili have their ult up, I do a Nula Melt with Goroth to lower their element resist, so I can apply poison, and then not whenever he does his ult, he's got his one cooking. Is it called cooking? Yeah. So
It's
whenever
so
he does
good.
his ult, it applies beast, fish, and bird type to the enemies, which then enables Glukiel to make use
A
of
Brute
her
Slayer.
brute slayer.
Yeah.
So
Bro, they're
then
best
special boost.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so best friends.
Yeah.
So pretty good damage.
Yeah. So also, John, let them know exactly why they're gonna attack Tinkili. Why did Grog chooses her out of the
Oh,
set?
okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
The reason that they're going to attack Tinkili, or DeGro is going to attack Tinkili at the start, is because she has the highest int. DeGro goes for the unit that has the highest int. So you can easily make any unit that you want be the target of DeGro. So that's why they're going for Tinkili.
Awesome.
So let me just go ahead and hopefully I didn't change anything on them. I don't think I did. Fast recast. Yep. High level magic chant. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff. Also worth noting, in addition to the beast types that Golroth applies, his ult innately also has a chance to apply poison, which is why he's using the Anula Melth. Because then, if you get poison on everybody, then Melee Mare turns on, and then you get Glukiel gets an extra 6k cap.
Yeah. So I gave Gorth the allure, and then I gave Glukiel and Tinkili reject or beast repellent, as it's called now, and I gave them girls party, so that way they don't get targeted after the initial ult. So see if I can do this on PC. It's pretty hard just because it's mouse
Accuracy.
clicking. Yeah.
Big brain.
Is
I don't think I have that.
Is there a reason for your arc choice on Golroth? Is it just for the extra like allure stack?
Yeah, just for
basically?
the allure.
Okay, cool.
So
Oh god, it's all laggy. Sorry. All right, so I like to do it on
damn, the
Baron.
fact that you even got it that quickly is
Oh god.
There you go. I was gonna say. Yeah, Ganon is amazing. If people don't know, Ganon is one of the best tanky arcs in the game. Like, absolutely nasty.
Like I said, this is gonna be a little bit sloppy.
And the fact that you're doing it with all general arcs is really cool too. So you don't need anything like super special.
Well, I'm using melee mare, but
oh yeah, melee mare, right?
That.
But beside that,
but either way, is general pool units.
Yes,
which is excellent. So just for anybody that doesn't know, the reason Lightning Gauge is so incredibly good in PvE is one, relatively big AoE, as you can see, but as things are hit, one, they get popped into the air, which they can't do anything. They're completely CC'd when they're in the air. It allows Sky High, if you happen to have that, and then it also pulls them into the middle. So as he's spamming more and more, it's slowly consolidating them into a pile until eventually they're just all right on top of each other, which is really great.
Oh god, this is so much work.
And that's cool though. That's good. It's good that you're doing this because like this kind of shows another part of this game. Like most people that play this game, they're always like, I need more damage, need more damage. But there's also like a huge thing that takes place when you're actually putting like thought process into the game and learning how to do this. Like this is the stuff I value the most out of this game. The fact that you have to like kind of do this to make things work.
Okay. So now I've got my ult. They've all got their ults. This is the one exclusive thing, obviously, right?
Right.
So I mean, you don't need honey elixir. It just makes it super easy to burst them down. Yeah. So I'm gonna honey elixir Glukiel, and I'm going to Anula Melt with Goroth to lower their ailment resist.
For you people out there that don't have honey elixir, just give her spirit breath and just make Tink spam God heal.
Yeah.
You'll get all the stocks you need anyway. You don't need honey elixir. It'll just take more of your.
By the time you get to this point, you will have full stocks.
Yeah, so like it'll be fine.
Oh, you're so cute, Tinky. Look at you go. And they're pulling them all in.
So good.
It's such a nice S4, man.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good.
There's a poison. And then Anula Melt is proccing for the extra.
And then the nukes.
And here's the nuke, boys.
The nukes to both all of the enemies as well as the frame rate.
As well as my FPS.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Just casual 26k caps with time stop.
And,
no big deal.
Yo, let's just talk about Lukiel and how old she is and how she's still carrying the game. So good. Okay.
Do we remember when time stop magic existed?
Yes, I do. I remember Lily was like, yeah, Lily's Shining Zoc broke the game. That's all I had on friends list was Shining Zoc, down the list.
Yeah. We'll just have this general pool unit still be there. It's fine.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only real thing that I'm getting out of two things that I'm getting out of this is the 40% damage from the 100 hits or more, and then the 4K cap. But I mean, this isn't really needed. This cap isn't really needed. You could run, other things to help her with her damage.
Show another arc that they could use as far as.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, if you happen to also have a super rare arc, Gwar will work because she could just double ult.
Right? Yeah, she can just double ult, right? If you happen to have it.
Yep.
There's also Solaris, more damage cap if you happen to have it. But if you don't have it, I mean, there is. Let's see, what else is there?
You can use Hidden Treasure as well, just so she gets it faster.
Yeah, Hidden Treasure. Sorry, I did want to say. So with Hidden Treasure, you actually can get 2 ults. Like once it makes the initial ult easy to get, but as you're hitting them with S1, S2, S3, it's building the ult again. And then there is a brief moment where you can auto attack and during her ult, so you can build up her ult again. So this is definitely more than usable. Obviously, I went for Melee Mare just because it's I chose for more damage cap just to make it easier. But you can use Hidden Treasure Macudine. So yeah, I just want to say, all permapool arcs, permapool units, maybe not the skills that I had on them, but
it's doable without any. It's doable without the other stuff. Yeah, you don't need the limited stuff you had. It just makes your life easier and makes the showcase easier.
Right.
But you can do it without, which is great. So good stuff. Thanks for showing that.
I don't know if you want to go back to your screen or someone or continue on mine.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Sure.
Okay. Cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, so thanks for showing that. So anybody that's having trouble with this, it's okay. Lots of people are having trouble with this. It's not an easy fight. It's not. I was even watching Tweaks when the 3-year Annie started, and he was going to test units and stuff, and he kept losing. He was like, "Why the fuck does this feel harder than it did before?"
It did feel harder though. It kind of did. You did. I felt like it was. I beat it last time, and I was like, and me and Odin were playing like, and like, dude, this feels a lot more different. Like they upped the HP or something, or the damage. I don't know.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm one of two things. I wonder if there's something along the lines of like units got E5 buffs. I wonder if the AI, like enemy units, also got similar buffs since the last time it was here.
Right.
Like that could be one suspicion.
Yeah.
Or two, they could have added something. It almost feels like there's more flinch resistance or something. Because I've had some times where like I'll have lightning gauge on them, and then they still get a special off.
Right.
And I'm like, you motherfucker! I am doing my job right. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Stop it.
Okay, so that's your bug report. Okay, how about this one? So I run Ganon on this fight. I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer. But Dagro goes right through Ganon at 5k damage with it on a defensive unit too. I tested it with Granada, and it was 5 to 6k per hit with Ganon on. Yeah, not even. I have it recorded, and Yaj and Odium have seen it. 13 has seen it, and we're just all kind of like, what is happening? And it happens every once in a while to where I have to reset the game, go back in, and then we're back to like 11 damage, 10 damage. But Ganon does not always work, and if you do run into that small little bug, go ahead and just reset the game, and it fixes it.
Interesting. Yeah, that's really weird.
Another thing to note is that in the original, aside from them getting like stupid amounts of HP, the formation is not the same anymore. The Grog used to be in the very middle, so that way when you did lightning gauge, it hit like everyone got hit. The formation is not the same. They were all grouped together. Yeah, they changed it to where you can't do that anymore. But if you have a lure on whoever, then they'll all go for that one unit. It's just at the start they're not grouped together to where lightning gauge used to just hit everyone and then group it super easily.
Yeah. Adis, you're not fooling Jawline. You're not.
So if anybody doesn't have Black Hole or some other means of grouping, and you're having trouble getting them to group up, send your allure tank after Rabala because she has no attacks that makes her move.
She stays in the back.
So she kind of has to get tagged with a little bit of lightning gauge to suck her in, or you can just send your allure tank to her so everybody piles up on top of her, just like in PvP when you do the same thing.
Right.
So just be aware. She has no move set that requires her to move, so she's just going to sit in the back where she is until you move her.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure she moves. I remember seeing her move.
Mine didn't move. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay, she might. I just know like AI, like when you use Rabala in game, there's like nothing she does that she'll ever do it because all of her skills are non-range or line of sight restricted, and her S2 is just around her, and like AI never moves to get in range of using an S2. So like nothing in her kit makes her do it when you have her AI. I haven't tested the fight enough to like have her moving around.
I could have seen wrong, and you're totally right about the lightning age just like barely catching her. But I swore I saw her move, if only a little bit.
Could be. Totally could be. Like I said, I haven't tested nearly as much as I think you have, so totally plausible. But if you just want a sure thing, just send your lure tank over onto her.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, awesome showcase there, Jawline. That was awesome.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
You'll love to see it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna assume people aren't really having trouble with these mega beasts, right?
No, that's too easy.
Right? No, I don't think there's anything too much to talk about. Those.
Everybody's probably pretty fine. Okay,
that's just returning crystals for me.
Yeah. So quality of life stuff, though. There's some stuff in here that like people may have wanted and didn't have. Apparently, I never got this at one point, so I'll have to do that just for collection purposes.
What?
Whatever this spear is, I don't own it apparently.
Yeah.
It's a garbage spear, but I'm gonna have to go get it to say that I have.
Yeah,
it. But this is not time gated.
Right.
Like Chronicles basically replaced mega beasts, so I assume this is gonna like be a growing list of like old stuff, and it's just gonna be permanent stuff people can work on when they don't know what else to do.
If anything, they should go for the recollections of Black and White, the armored holy shield.
This is the high priority thing. Accessory, I can't click on it right now, and I don't feel like I'm too lazy to go to my inventory. But basically, this gives you 1 stack of allure.
Yeah.
which
That's
is
it. That's
awesome.
what that's.
Yeah, that's all it does. But there's only two.
It's literally what it does.
Yeah.
Just +1.
So
Yeah, but the thing is, there's only 2 accessories in the game that give it to you, and one of them is from an old collab that's never been, or that just came back.
There's 3 accessories. There's Rimuru's Hunt, or there's is it Rimuru or Millim's? Rimuru's Honey. There's this one, and then there's the one where it was the Blaze Blade Shin event. I forget what it's called, but I know there's
Aladdin.
There's another one. Paladin Shield or something like that.
Paladin Shield.
There's another one. I don't have it. I regret not getting it, but there is another one that's another allure accessory.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I guess I thought that the Holy Shield and the other shield were like the same thing.
No. It's 2 different things.
Okay. I probably have it then. Because I think I've always gone out of my way to go get it. Or to go get things like that.
It's Paladin, so I completely forget the name, but it's like Paladin something.
I assume
don't know.
It looks similar, probably. Damn it, now it's gonna bug me.
I think it's similar, just like different colors, I think.
Yeah, alright, hold on. It's gonna bug me. We're gonna find this shit out. It's here. It's here somewhere. Assuming I have it.
I'm all looking for it too. I'm like, what are all these accessories?
Yeah, so the Armored Holy Shield.
It should be with no. Go up. It should be like with the Yashimaru thing.
Well, I have it grouped. Like that. Well, I have it grouped by defense now. So
never mind.
Wait here. Paladin Shine Shield.
That's a Phantom. That's the towers.
Phantom. Yeah, that's. All right.
I don't think you got it. I don't see it.
Yeah, I must not have. I don't remember that one. Interesting.
But yeah, there is another one that's a lure.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
All right. Oh man, I can't sleep. What is it?
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we wanted to talk about for some of this stuff? Anything else that came with third Annie that matters? Oh, we have guilds. Do you want to talk about guilds?
Ooh. Yeah, go ahead, Zero. You're the one who's sharing the screen. Talk about it, sir.
I mean, you're the guild leader.
Okay.
You talk about your findings on guilds.
So, the guilds, they're OP because my first guild login was a Worldly Radiance, so that was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, my very first one. It gave me a Radiance of the World or whatever it's called.
Dang.
But yeah, everybody, you can choose to make your own. I believe it costs like 100 crystals, right?
Yes, 100 crystals.
Really cheap. Really cheap.
Yeah, so really cheap. You can make it, or you can join someone else's. It is limited to 20 people right now. Maybe they'll increase it later on. But as you see, me, Zero, and DK are members of the Advocates of Gobble, led by none other than your boy, me. And at the time, when people were asking me, hey, are you going to make a guild? I was like, yeah, I'll make a guild. And they're like, okay, can I join? And then my requirements were, you got an E5 Gobble, you gotta have cleared his challenge quest, and show me that you have the sticker in your stamp collection. But
I didn't show you shit.
I know. Man, yeah, you did. What do you mean? I made you.
I didn't show you no damn sticker.
Oh, not the sticker.
No.
But I added that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But I mean, I did it. Obviously, it wasn't that difficult.
Like for now, I mean, the guild feature is literally just like a little chat room with some like daily login. There'll be a little sparkle that you can click on, and it gives an item, random item. There's a rainbow potion. I've seen that as well. Apart from the radiances, but for right now, it's literally just a little.
Wait, you said you've seen a rainbow potion get delivered?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I've seen a screenshot of someone getting a rainbow potion for their login bonus.
Yep.
What the?
I bet it's like a 0.01 chance to get, but it's
there. You are a chance. Okay, cool.
It's extremely rare, but it's possible.
Oh yeah, and by the way, just want to point out, Lagerbos is the best bartender in the game. Just saying.
I mean, other than that, there's not really much. Like I said, you can chat in there, and then you can like spam stickers, but that's about it for right now, at least.
Turns out we were all wrong. There is one more thing that can increase your monster attraction, and it increases it by 2.
Oh, Howling Mask.
Howling Helm.
Oh, Helm. At the cost of nuking your defense. But yeah, we've got another one.
I feel like there's some meme here that we can use with this minus 100 defense that we haven't tapped into yet. Kind of like
I actually was gonna test it and see
we'll leave
if
that to
the
kind of like this.
I was gonna test if you don't fucking get rid of that. I was gonna test the Howling Mask, and I think I have done it, but I didn't really pay attention. But I was gonna see if like that 100 defense, that minus 100 defense could be like made up for having Gorm's defended buff.
I mean, it could get you some, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's +2. You know, monster attractiveness. That's
fair.
That's cool. Yeah,
that's fair. But also, like, why are you trying to give monster attraction to someone other than Gorm with Gorm in the party?
Because IQ plays. Don't worry about it.
Well, okay, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can IQ play yourself into the grave, boy. There is one. I think we're pretty much coming close to the end of this podcast, but we have one more thing to talk about. And I think it is we said we were going to talk about it, we never got to it. Was the Godforge and how valuable it is right now.
Oh, right, the drops.
Yeah, the drops. Double coins, double gold coins, and the increased drop rate to all the Godforge items. Yeah. We've been doing it every night. These past couple nights, and it has been a little rough on some of the higher tier mats. But I've been able to level up a sword all the way up to 40 within a couple hours, which is very nice. So if you guys are looking to Godforge, make sure you're hitting this up.
Awesome.
There is stamina available too on your login rewards. I'm actually doing that. I like how they did that. It's either choice between, I believe, potion, Mother Souls, or there we go, perfect. Yeah. I believe it's 100 crystals. Yeah, there we go. And I've been actually doing the orange orb recoverers.
This is great.
It's awesome.
Being able to get 3 extra orbs every day.
Yeah.
That's really nice. And then we still get the 200 gems because they just made these bigger.
Look at that. So that's beautiful, man.
It's a nice update. It's a nice update. And some people need Mother Souls. Now you have a new Mother Soul source. I love this.
I wouldn't go after the first rate potions. You can grind ICG for those if you need them. Not for those specifically, but for like the smaller ones.
Yeah. And I could argue Mother Souls as well. Like you get unit souls as you grind like auto farm and stuff. It's for specific things and it's slower, but like it's there. Orange orb recovers are easily the highest value thing overall, definitely. I think.
Especially when like a bigger event for like AER grinding comes out, those orange orb recovers are gonna come in clutch.
Yeah, because they're not timed, right? They're permanent.
They're permanent. They're permanent.
Yeah, they're permanent.
Yeah, which is great.
What were you gonna say, John?
Wait, 0. No, I was gonna. You said 200 login. I'm only seeing 100. Where'd you get this 200 from?
Or I'm sorry. I saw the 2 and we were talking really quick. It's the same as we had before, which is 100.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hold up. What am I missing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said we have the same 200 as before. Yeah, I just.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I thought I heard 100. I don't know what.
I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
DK heard 100 because he knew that was the right answer. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I just agree with 0 these days. I don't. It's just not in my head.
Oh, PSA for people. Limited friend gotchas up. Go spend all your friend points.
But there are other things you can spend it on right now if you want those extra prisms for Homeboy that just dropped.
Marcelo.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I did. So here's the thing.
Do you have him?
Yeah, I got him. I bought all of his prisms, and I'm already back up over 100k.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I had like 230k. I was like, cool, dropping 200k to get all those prisms for him. Wow. Dope. I'm on board. Let's go. So I got that, and then just from natural play, since the thing has been here, I'm back up over 100k now. Oh, and I think I also spent like 60k in the middle of there because somebody asked if for sure this was the limited friend gotcha, and so I tested and was like, yeah, rates still seem pretty good. And then I'm still back up here. So in case people didn't know, another thing we got another friends list update. We can go up to 200. Friend as many people as you can. Yes. Cool. And then after you're at max friends, every few days go and nuke people out that aren't on every day. Cool. The more people you can keep on here, like your friend point income is so huge to your quality of life. Like, don't sleep on this shit. It is worth every crystal to get this maxed out and get it filled with friends. Yeah. For real. Like, do that shit.
Don't be cheap like me.
Like, I see people like, hey, God, I can't like get drops for the visionary light or the worldly light, which first of all, you do nightmare mode, you don't do God mode. That's where the drop rate's at. You host multiplayer of nightmare. So just quick PSA for anybody that doesn't know, because they don't illustrate it well in game. If you want these things, host multiplayer on nightmare mode. Don't do anything else if you specifically want these and you have no other source for them. That's where the drop rate is at. As the room host, you have like a 7 to 8% chance of getting that in your room host slot, with like minuscule chances everywhere else. But in multiplayer, it's not even on the highest one. But here, it's here. This is like a 0.02 chance or something. It's just really low. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's really low. You're not going to get it to happen unless you're like God lucky. Just host nightmare runs. But also, you don't even have to do that necessarily, because every single month you can come into the permanent shop, you can go to friend points, and you can just come in here with friend points and just buy the lights you need. There's 2 every month, refreshing. 2 every single month you can buy. 20k, not bad.
40k for 2.
Like just come get this. Then
Yeah.
you don't have to go grind and waste your precious event orbs. You can go to farm Godforge or Mega Clusters or whatever. So yeah, just have some friends and shit.
They said don't you do the friend summon, because apparently it's like nuking their headphones or whatever. It's super loud.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. They did a temporary arena point trading space. I was really hoping there was going to be UR dust in there, but thanks, Adis. But basically the stuff in here is like half off what it normally is, so cool. If you normally come get this stuff, you can do that. Yay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think there's much to add.
No, that pretty much covers the whole anniversary as far as no.
I think we're good to go. So good stuff. Overall, nice Annie.
Yeah, no, this is
really good unit.
Really good.
Really good unit for a change, which is good.
I'm honestly surprised at the amount of gems that they gave us. All things considering their past track record. But hey,
well, to be fair, a lot of that we got was like the campaign completion rewards, which we got.
True.
And that's just a permanent thing. That wasn't an anniversary thing. It was a feature that was added during this event. So
for real?
So it just felt like we got that. I'm pretty sure that's just a new thing. Kind of like how there's the like Melza reward for people that log in. I assume campaign progression is like a new thing that's available now. Ooh. So like as people work through story, you get like the radiances and the gems and the eventual like rainbow potion, and that's just a thing long standing in the game. At least that's what I understand.
That's pretty cool if so.
Well, I was hoping that when they described it, it was going to be a recurring thing. And it was like every few months we would get this thing that says, hey, here's some campaign challenges, go complete some stuff, get like an extra 3k gems that month. Something like that, like Tower, that's like a recurring source of income for like doing some interesting things. But it seems like it's just instead this like kind of new player progression thing that we just sort of got all the rewards up front because we beat in the game.
Right.
So
that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it's cool either way. But I still want some weeklies and monthlies. So Adis, please give us some of that. Hopefully.
But yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I'm ready to sign out if you guys are.
Yes. Yeah. Again, guys, thank you guys. What are you saying?
Oh, I did want to say, I did do the UR pack, the other one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, no, not the other one. The only one that I did. That's the only one that I did. I was trying to go for Theo. I got Lily Matter. Can't complain, I guess. Good for time trials. And then I did the 3 times unit thing. That probably I did it. I got Ardeen out of it. Shut up. It was worth.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ardeen for 9k. I'll take it.
I hate it, but it's fair. Like, okay, what's your guys' take on the ×3? Because to me, it feels like bait, and I can't, in good faith, recommend it to anyone.
It is terrible.
But everybody else...
I did it because YOLO. I was like, fuck it.
Oh, no, I did it. That's what I'm saying. I did do it.
everybody else keeps recommending it to people and saying like it's really good if you don't have many units.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even if you don't have many units, your odds of just getting a bunch of general pool shit is so high.
Yeah, so
or just getting useless DOH stuff.
Okay, so
like,
I did do a poll on my alt
whatever.
today on that, only on one, because I know, but just how bad my 3 went. I mean, I think I got a Lena, a Shift Lena, and a Korra. Oh, God. It was so bad. Okay, and then my alt account, I got first pull, I got Leona and Shift Lily on just one. So I don't know.
Cool.
It really is probably the biggest gamble you can do in this Annie. If you want to do it, do it. I'm not gonna say I don't recommend it because there is a chance you could get something. There's a chance. There is a chance.
A very small chance.
It's a gotcha, and we do pulls and get nothing and get shit for 6-7 pulls straight. I mean, it's guaranteed something.
Yep.
Can't go. I know what you're saying though, but like.
I know what you're saying, Zero. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah. So I guess this is what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, it's guaranteed, but also now that we have like all the DOH units in all the DOH banners, like that could just be 9k on Roland's banner to maybe get like Roland or a UR arc, and then still have an equal chance, more or less, of getting a DOH unit.
Still a maybe.
Like, I just said YOLO
maybe,
and did it.
You know? Hey, I'm glad it worked out. Ardeen is a super sick pickup.
Yeah.
Also, the $3 pickup with hero pickup was amazing. I love that ticket. That's one of my favorite tickets that they give us.
Yeah, I did not.
Did you not do it?
No, I didn't.
No, it's literally.
Oh no, I didn't do it either. Wow, I'm gonna do that.
Bro, it's a hero ticket.
Okay. Yeah, I did do this one. Just because it gave me 10 spin on the other one, so there's guaranteed arc spin and then also a ×10 for the 3 Annie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that as well.
And basically both pulls are just discounted by 1,000. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Oops, sorry if that was ruining people's
Zero,
headphones.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Instinct, habit. So probability. So what actually is this? I mean, you guys can't see it.
Oh, it's pretty solid. I got Ardeen on that.
Wait, is it? How is it?
It's a hero.
But it's a hero.
Yeah, but not for us.
Heroes.
It's not gonna benefit like us, but for somebody else, like that doesn't have any heroes.
It's not a DOH hero. It's just a hero. This can be general pool.
I don't think I've only every time I've done this ticket, I've never gotten nothing but a hero from like Kyle. I got Kyle. I got another DOH unit, and this time I got Ardeen.
According to probability, it says that it's the entire general pool.
Maybe it's a glitch. You should do it. Jawline, tell me who you get.
Maybe.
All right, I'll do it.
Do it. Do it real quick. Yeah. Alex, you should do it on. You should do it on stream.
Yeah, you should definitely do it on stream.
Sure.
0-2.
Let's go. I'm not, because I don't put money on the Steam account. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to phone. I'm not gonna share.
I'll stop streaming. You can.
Oh, I'm closing off Steam. What do you mean? I'm gonna do it on my phone.
You're gonna do it on your phone? All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's okay. We were gonna end the stream anyways.
Yeah. Well, do it on your phone.
I'll do it right now though.
And
you can show us your phone.
Right, yeah. So Fang did it. And he got a Roland dupe. That's this new shipped Roland dupe.
All right. I'll check for science. There's not really many people I need, but if I happen to luck into like a Sarah or a Lug, I'll be pretty pleased, I guess.
Everybody I know that so far has pulled a hero unit, so there might be a bug on the probability.
Yeah, the probability might just be listed wrong, which is sweet if that's the case. It's pretty cool.
Okay, here it goes. It's pretty scuffed, but I'm up holding my phone. Okay, so I bought the thing.
All right.
And where's the ticket?
Spending money on stream. What's up, guys?
Okay, I don't know. It's pretty shit lighting, but I'm doing the thing.
Nice.
Hold on. Okay, so I pressed it.
Watch you get to gold. I guarantee you.
Oh, I got a dupe Del Morto.
See, so. DOH. Okay.
It is DOH though.
It's DOH.
All right. I'll.
Wait, who don't you have? Before we do this, who don't you have? Zero.
Me?
Yeah.
I would have to look, but I don't have Sarah. I don't have Luke. I don't have Granddad.
You're getting Sarah.
You're getting
Sarah. Ecstatic. I would be ecstatic if I got Sarah. Like, holy shit, that would be amazing. All right, let me take a look here. So I got to get into the store.
I mean, hey, $3 for a dupe deal, even though deal's like, old, I guess it's okay.
One of Zero's old units that he loves.
Wow, I'm 62 shy of just buying it. Son of a bitch.
About to go broke.
Stupid garbage.
All for the sake of the stream.
All right, we'll
All right,
spend
so 13
$4.
did it, and he got OG Eliza. That's another DOH.
Yep. So
All
it seems like that's definitely the case. Still very, more likely than not to get a shitty DOH.
You are that. Yeah.
But, you know.
If you are the one person who does this, and you get Alina, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Like we all get DOHs, and that one person gets like,
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Just like the best, anecdotal evidence ever. Yeah, guys, see, clearly the thing. All right.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
there it is. He's got the
science.
thing.
All right, so far we're 4 out of 5 right now.
Intense.
Look at that screen. Damn, that's perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, look at that res, bro. A color gamut.
He's got a good
Dang.
camera.
There we go.
No wonder why he always looks so good on his pictures. All right, so you
We're
got a
making it
blue, bro.
intense.
Yeah, you got a blue. You ain't getting shit.
We're watching the whole thing. Give me some new. Show me Sarah.
Click on his screen, DK, to make him enlarge his screen.
No.
Oh,
Who?
who is?
Dupe Roland.
Dupe. Oh my God!
Dupe
Look,
Roland.
Dupe Roland. Are you
What?
serious?
I'll take a Dupe Roland.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dupe shift Roland?
See?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dupe shift Roland.
Thank you. You're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome. Right? I mean, shit. There you
$3
go.
for a dupe, easy.
Son of a bitch! I swear.
Okay.
Man. All right, so it's
That'll work.
DOH.
That's all right.
5 out of
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
It seems pretty solid.
It seems pretty yeah. No. That's crazy.
And if somebody gets something else, just spam DK all of your hate.
please, yeah. My hate
Okay.
mail.
I think it's safe to say that we can log off after this.
We've winded down
Yeah,
for the last
no.
30 minutes now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So if anybody's still around, thanks for hanging. But
Yeah, for sure, guys. Appreciate it. Again, guys, we do this every Sunday now, just because schedules and real life stuff happens. So we'll most likely be back again next week. Next Sunday, this should be. I don't know. There's nothing happening this week, right? It's
the following one.
the following week. So if we have something to do, we'll most likely come back again on next Sunday. If we don't, we'll go ahead and postpone it till the next unit drops, and then we can go ahead and talk about him or her. But again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We very much appreciate it. Jawline does have a YouTube and a Twitch channel. I will actually be putting those links in down below. I haven't been doing it prior because I'm dumb. Also, Zero does have a YouTube as well. Make sure you guys go and like and subscribe to his. And we'll check you guys on the next podcast.